Hey Torhat, how are you?
Oh, I'm a co-host. How did that happen?
What happened? Sorry.
Co-host.
Oh,
I just
I don't know. It's a bug in Twitter. It's a feature, a new feature.
hmm. And
How are you?
yeah, I'm doing great. Yesterday I worked hard in the morning that I couldn't do live in the evening. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I just got a headache and just slept.
oh, yeah. Okay, that's yeah. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, and the weather
Yeah.
changed. Now it's a bit cold, cloudy. Yesterday it was
Oh,
like uh, maybe that's the thing. Like weather changed. That's why. Uh,
yeah. Here is too. Here is getting very. It's getting very cold.
mm,
And yeah, it's today been raining all day. So yeah, it's
yeah.
changing a lot the weather.
And do you see other person here, Ola Alua?
Uh, I wasn't thinking. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just, I think it's Ola Alua.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see.
And
Yeah.
I see his profile like he's just 19 years old, and he's got good channel with just 13 videos, and he got good comments as well.
No, nice, nice. Am I following him? No. I guess I'm following him. Yeah. He's only 19 years old. 19 years old.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't say to follow him. I just said
Well,
he got good content.
I follow too many people.
Oh, you didn't follow me. Oh my God. But,
I do follow. What the hell? No, I follow. How I don't
oh my
follow
God.
anyone.
You didn't follow me. Anyway, it's okay.
Oh, I am not following you. Why is that? Okay. All right. I'm not following. What was that? Yeah. There I am following you. No, actually, I didn't. Oh, he's requesting the microphone. Hold on. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think
approve.
I accepted
Yeah.
it. Yeah, accepted.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, Mr. Abato. How you doing, man?
Hi, how are you? Nice to have you here.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
pleasure, man. I'm doing great. What about you, bro? I said I'm doing great. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing great as well. Thank you. Let me grab an earset because I have it a little bit bad. Hold on, give me a second.
All right, all right. So I'm Mr. Torhat. How you doing, also?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing great. And I just saw your channel, Sec Fortress. It's good, and keep
Yeah,
working on it. Yeah.
thank you, man. I'm just trying my best, literally, because I'm actually like a Nigerian, and over here, like it's like a country that is still developing in technology. Like we are not that good. Like we don't really have good hackers here. Or let me just say um let me just say mentors, right? Like someone who can probably be your mentor, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I mean, great people do great things from small places. So I'm just trying to do my best, literally, putting in the work every day, and I'm currently preparing for the OSCP. You know the
Mm.
OSCP, right?
No,
Yeah.
currently I do not hold a OSCP. Yeah, I know OSCP. Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, so that's what I'm
Um,
preparing.
yeah. Did you write the OSCP exam?
Nah, I said I'm preparing for it.
Okay, but it's
Yeah.
too costly. How can you afford?
Oh, I mean, you have vouchers, right? I mean, you can literally join a lot of cybersecurity communities, to get vouchers. Most
Oh,
time
they gave
it's
you
literally,
vouchers.
most time it literally comes by playing CTFs, right?
Hmm.
like playing a lot of CTFs, Fs.
Hmm.
So
Okay, cool.
I am Mark. Yeah, I was listening back to what you were saying. I will also take a look at your YouTube channel for the content.
yeah, thanks, man.
No, no problem. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and within short time you got like 3,000 followers. That's really great. And yeah, maybe people like your content. You should keep working on your content and get more attention. In that way, you can start earning.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks for the advice, Toat.
Yeah, I agree with him. If you create good content, you will have people that, yeah, gain you will gain people interested on that content, and yeah, eventually you will have the chance to convert your work into an income. Why in your profile? I'm about to access to your YouTube channel. Why in your profile you put the story long and dots? I want to know the story long.
Oh, it's an amazing story, bro. Cause like I said, my name Olaoluwa, right? Just like Toa pronounce it. It's translated to world of God, right? That's what it is, like words from God, like having words like in abundance. So I'm a kid, like I'm a 19-year-old kid from Nigeria, right? I mean, I started cybersecurity like 6 years ago, and it's just been like banging because as a Nigerian, you back then we probably don't have like a suitable roadmap or anybody to actually look up to and say, yeah, this guy is probably going to give us, or this guy is successful, is going to give us a roadmap on where to take or where to go. Now, all of that did not exist back then. And I mean, if there's any other Nigerian in this space, they can actually testify that we are a growing country in technology. Like we have not developed yet. We are still growing. So first of all, I would say when I started Eticac in Nigeria, we started like just like okay, we are just doing this, whether it works or not, we don't care. We are just doing it for fun and profit, just like they said. That's how we are just doing it generally. So we just kept on doing it, kept on doing it, kept on doing it, kept on doing it. And at a point, we became good at CTS. When I use the word we, that means I see have other people like me out there. I've got for a lot of people like me out there that are in Nigeria, probably even some with OSCP, and it's an awesome journey because we have been coming through pain, like the learning experience. Imagine having imagine setting up like if like different vulnerable machines on just a 256 gig SSD system with 8 gig RAM. Just look at that. So you know that it's crazy, right? So like from there, I just if you go to sec-fortress who am I, you see a story about me there. So like from there, I just kept on growing, 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 and as things are developing, the more like we are actually seeing people getting to meet people online, asking them about their experience. Oh, how did you? Okay, let me take for example Mr. Abalto, right? I could actually have a call with Mr. Abalto, and I'm just gonna be asking him like, how did you get to your current level? Or what will you do if you actually go back in time? What will you start learning and stuff like that? So from there, I started playing CTF and I joined a CTF called Hard Work, written in lit. So that's my CTF team, and from there I started playing CTFs. I got exam vouchers, which is the CRTP, Certified Rating Professional, the CPTS from Agdibox, Certified Penetration Testing Specialist. So that's why the story is, it's a pretty long story, but sometimes when I just reflect on it, like my heart literally melts because I mean we have been coming from a very very long way. Yeah, I know I don't have much experience, but I believe the 6 years journey in which I've been actually putting the hard work without no mentor. I'm telling you, I just got to meet Akin Dave, and it's actually true what Abato said. Keep posting till people see you as an asset, right? As a value, people see the value in you. So attacking Dave saw the value in me, and I walked up to his DM one day, like he just followed me all of a sudden, and I walked up to his DM. I was like, bro, can I actually like get you to mentor me, or if you can actually give me the right path on what to do? And yeah, since ever since that time, he has always been, I mean, a really great person in my life, to be honest. So the story is long. I'm not just sharing the story for only myself, I'm sharing it for a lot of guys out there in Nigeria. That's why whenever you hear in Nigerian ethical hacking, right, in Nigeria, or let me just use the word penetration testing, red teaming, I actually give them a lot of respect, most especially the ones um, um, who now work for international companies, because majority of us here right now we are actually looking for security clearance, and the reason is because majority of us here know our worth, like we know how to run a pen test. I mean, when talking about pen test, I'm talking about internal and external. I mean, we're good, but when you apply for a particular role and then they tell you because you don't have security clearance, you can actually work for that organization. So it's just a pain in our ass. So like we just keep striving, like we are striving every day, every day. I'm telling you, every day. I mean, I don't know if you'll be comfortable about me talking about government, but like out of
Yeah, please, please, yeah, it will be a pleasure. I mean, I started in this field when I was very young. Those that can know my story more or less. When I was like 10 years old, I had my first computer that was a Spectrum Plus that had 48 kilobytes of RAM and 16 of ROM. Basically, you were programming either in BASIC, that was in the ROM, embedded, or in assembly directly. And that's where I started playing. I have this device that would send interruptions to the processor, and yeah, with that device I started playing around freezing the processor at a certain point, and I learned about all the set of instructions to communicate with the processor. I don't know, things like loading registry values. So with that I was playing, altering things, and I was learning, having fun on my own. I mean, all the children, as I always say, were playing soccer in the street, and I was with the computer, with assembler, touching things and modifying things, crashing things, and that's how I began. I always loved that. Before that, I had a computer that a neighbor gave to me. He wasn't using that, and he was to go to a trip, so he gave that to me. And for me, it was something so beautiful. And then 6 months after that, I think he came back and he asked me back the computer. And I remember that I think I started actually to cry, and my parents were so sad to see me like that. That they great, I mean, I am from Uruguay, which is a country where resources. I mean, it's not a rich country. People here have incomes that I don't know compared to India how different it is. But we are not a rich country, and families here are normally not rich, and a average family. Yeah, not access to the things that an average family in other countries can. So for my parents seeing me crying, my father did a great effort, and yeah, he could get the money to buy me that computer, and that really changed my life, my world. And ever since then, I've been in the world of computing. I well, I was playing around all during secondary school, primary school, and then I knew clearly that I wanted to continue a career in that field. And here, at that time, the only opportunity was having a degree, so becoming a computer engineer. There were no other degrees associated to that. And well, I went to university and I got that degree. But that, okay, that doesn't mean that I learned, I really learned, okay, the basics about computing. As I always say, Thor, Thor had, if you know the basics about systems architecture, operating systems, okay, then it doesn't, those basics never change. You know, the basics, the fundamentals about programming, then everything is basically more or less the same. You just have to learn the particular structure of each language that exists or will be created. I remember that my first language in university was Pascal, and then we moved to Delphi, which basically was Pascal with orientated to objects. And yeah, and, okay, right now I think nobody uses Pascal, but yeah, and basic for me that was the first language that I learned. I know when I learned that I thought, okay, this will be for me something that will be useful forever. Right now, I think nobody knows about what basic is, or yeah, it's something that completely changes. But the thing is that the basis behind programming, all the concepts regarding the variables, the stack, I don't know, all the things, all the structures that are that involve programming and the concept, the basic concept of programming, they keep applying, so it doesn't matter. But the thing is that it's so amazing when I was living that, it was an early stage in all those things, and yeah, I thought, okay, I will use basic for the rest of my life. Okay, and then it became COBOL became very famous because of the bug that was supposed to happen in 2000 because of the change of the numbers in the systems from 99 to 00. And you know, I don't know if you're very too young maybe to remember, but in 1999, all the major systems were like very scary because in order to save memory, the system were developed in order to store the dates in a format of a day, that two digits, the day, the month, two digits, and the year. In order to save memory, they used to only use two digits instead of four. So they were afraid of the bank systems and the critical systems to crash when the number of the day will change from 99 to 00, because they would think it is the year 19,000 instead of 2000. And most of the systems of that kind were programmed in COBOL. So a language that was be- used in the past very a lot in those all those systems like used for the bank institutions were programmed in COBOL. So people started trying to learn COBOL. Those who knew COBOL were able to get a lot of work. Then at the end, nothing very serious apparently happened. But yeah, I have been in this all of my life, and it's amazing that when I'm telling you about this of 2000, you weren't even born, right? So yeah, it's very interesting, and I also love learning how people got involved into this field. So thank you for sharing it. Yeah, I would love to hear more about you. I don't know, Tori, if you have any any idea, because Toro has another story of how he entered into this that is not similar to us, but it's also very instructive. And yeah, there are people enter into this field for many different reasons. I have it clear since I was a child what I wanted, but some people at one point they realize that yeah, they see that there's potential, they like it, and they enter into the field of cybersecurity. So yeah, I love hearing you.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead, Thought.
Alfred,
I'm sure Thought.
I didn't know that you're in that category when I started hacking when I was 10 years old. Oh my god.
Hotels that you spend so many times together, so many hours, so many nights together. Don't misunderstand that. If we spend the nights together, speaking, not together. No, no, we spend so much time together. Tora, you don't know that. I mean, you don't listen to my interview. I, in David Bombard's interview, I mentioned that several times. Tora, you disappoint me.
I focused on the story about all the other things with law enforcement, but not this one. Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
that is basically how I began. Yeah, yeah. It was a child,
Yeah,
and
but
it was just the magical thing that it triggered me that passion.
yeah, when others say you don't believe it, but that's your own story. Anyway. Yeah, did you see the title I just changed? I just started hacking when I was born.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. I love it. I love it. Can you share, Thor, how, if you don't mind, of course, how you enter into cybersecurity? Because yeah, unlike him and me, you you decide that not when you were a child, you were not you maybe you use computers and all that, but you didn't have that following that career as part of your life, right?
Um, yeah, I mean, I first saw a computer when I was in third grade. Um, but I didn't do much. I just wanted to. That was in my school actually. I didn't have a PC by then. Um, Yeah, after that, I asked what to do with this PC. Like the school teachers there, they were playing games, and I don't I don't remember the name of the game, but it was really cool. It was in the space, and I started playing game, and that's the first experience of my PC, and it was really cool. Um, and after that, my dad bought a PC in his office, and he took me there and I started playing basic Windows games, right? I wanted a PC for myself, but I couldn't get it, so I used to go to my dad's office to play some games. And after that, at eighth standard, I think it's around 12 years or so. I got my own 12, not 12, I think around 13 or so, but I got my own PC, and I I asked my dad to get me a PC, and I got a PC. And I couldn't get all the latest games, so I had to find another way. Like,
You say party software. Well, we here too, but here, it wasn't because even if you had the money, those things wouldn't come here because, yeah, I mean, those things, I mean, the software that was being here available, unless it was software for enterprises, I mean, okay, you have IBM that came with the AS400 servers and all that, but with system already done, but uh, software for I don't know video games and all that.
Mhm.
They didn't came here. It was not a market here because of it was impossible to afford those prices. So
Yeah.
there naturally there was another way of
So
getting them.
yeah,
Uh,
at that time,
yeah.
I had to find a way to get the same thing, same games, but the party were it's difficult to install. So I had to watch tutorials to go into the program files and mess with the crack files and stop them.
Oh, may I ask you what kind of game? Because when it comes to PC, comes to my mind. Okay, Wolfenstein 3D, Doom. Before that, other games that were the first game that were in the category of shareware. I think, and that basically you could use a version of it, and if you like it, you had to send money, but money not with credit card. You couldn't pay with credit card. You had to send money to the software, to the programmers of the game in order to get the license or something like that. It was not something that they were distributing it freely. If I had a copy, I could give you a copy to you. But if you like it, it was like uh, uh, something that was okay, an ethical thing to do. It was not enforced by okay, you cannot use it. If you use it and like it, it was a way of paying, and I think there wasn't a fixed price for that. I think that they were accepting what you were willing to pay. I'm not really sure. I should review the story of the shareware, the freeware, and all that, how it was evolving. It was very interesting as a way of getting people access to all the things that people were developing, mostly in the first world countries, to put it away, to reach as many people as possible. You could copy them, and that wasn't a crime. The thing is that, yeah, in order to get a license, you had to send money to them, and there were no online services to pay with a credit card at the time.
Yeah, you know the. make just getting the software is not the thing. The making it work is the thing. So I had to mess with all the all the things and tutorials, blogs,
Yeah,
and
no, I
everything.
was yeah, no, I was talking in particular of the shareware, not talking about those software that you have to that they have controls that okay, if you don't have certain things, you can you are control that you cannot use it unless you bypass certain part of it. Yeah, the software that is basically partyware that we call partyware. Yeah, no, I was talking the shareware was you didn't have to do anything. You could use it, but it was like mostly something I don't know philosophical. Okay, yeah, I will spend money that I deserve. I don't exactly remember how it was that you pay. It wasn't with regard, but what you're talking about is yes, there were people that had a lot of knowledge about low level programming that they were doing those things in order to make that software work, and you were getting a file that was an X file, executable file, or a bad file that would, yeah, you have to put it in certain directory and do certain things, and yeah, and cross your fingers to try to make it a little modification in the software in order to be able to run it.
Yeah, it's amazing how they do it. Like, how they go into such a big software and try to make it available for everybody. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, if yeah, like everybody wants to have that kind of knowledge and expertise, and and they don't even use their own real name. So, but they are treated like, yeah, this guy does a great job into getting us software. uh, yeah, that's really cool.
And
So what's your next step, my friend? It's amazing that you're 19 and I was taking a glance at your YouTube content. Wow, you have a lot of content that I have to read it. It's at least it looks really educative. So congratulations! It's really nice the channel that you have on YouTube. You probably spend a lot of time creating that content, right?
Mr. Bato, you talking to me?
Yeah. I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, 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 great, great, great. Thanks, man. I mean, I'm just trying to, give back. I mean, I don't want people to actually go the same routes that I actually went through. Like, it's like really, really pain. Just banging your head on the wall, like doing things that weren't necessary. Not like they were not necessary, but doing things at the wrong time. You grab. So that's just what I'm trying to give back to the community. And you have actually shared your story, which is actually a wonderful experience. I mean, I mean, you mentioned something about a system you used that was actually using is it kilobyte or something, and I'm just wondering how it must have been back then, man. So yeah, I guess everybody have a story. Like you cannot just jump into success. I mean, you cannot just wake up one day and then just expect that the sky is going to be blue. So you probably just have to like work hard, and I believe that's the stage I'm staying. To be honest. So yeah, I really appreciate that you actually shared thoughts, actually shared the experience, and you actually shared yours also. I mean, it's a great motivation to me, right? Knowing that, oh yeah, you're gonna come out from this, bro. You just have to keep trying hard. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, right now, no problem. Right now, I'll talk don't get serious because I reply at the end of you. And I repeated and posted everywhere about the academy. I'm tweeting one of your YouTube channel and one of the videos about using the internet in an anonymous way. I am tweeting right now from YouTube. Yeah, that is worth it. I mean, I mean, Talk had also, if you want to talk about your YouTube channel, we also have created a lot of content that is very interesting and uncover the secret of anonymous browsing with proxy chains. I remember proxy chains when I was, it was 10 years ago, wow, that I took the most the hard ethical hacking course that was like 100 hours of theoretical classes and like 300 hours of practical hacking that was basically at the end you were given like 10 virtual machines with any kind of environment. I mean, you could expect any kind of thing running there, any kind of operating system, and you have to try to break it and capture the flag. Oh my God, that was really exhausting. I almost killed all my neighbors in that course, and yeah, that's where I learned about proxy chains. Hold on, I am printing that. Dave, that just appeared. Dave, he's from Chile. He's a guy also who started programming and learning, and he was fascinated by the community that he found in here because he found himself alone there, and it's pretty sad. Even though I told him to join groups such as OWASP, that I am volunteer from OWASP for a long time, and he can interact with other people. But hold on, I will mute myself and I will tweet your video and your channel because it's worth. I mean, people have to see this kind of thing.
Yeah, Olaoluwa, do you have any interest on developing the YouTube channel or just just for just spending some time on that?
That's the only YouTube channel I have there, bro. I mean, it's because of school and everything. If not, I need to like I usually post more before, but because of school starts preparation and stuff like that, I just I just I just limit everything. You know how life is, man. I mean, first of all, you need to take care of yourself. That's very important. Yourself is very important before you can actually go out down doing anything outside of yourself, right? So yeah, for now I'm just working on school and SAT. So I won't post that much though, but I believe by July I should have a course already. Like I'm actually making like huge like huge stuff like a course bundle that, let me just put it that way, covering like the military attack framework from reconnaissance, I mean from information gathering to reconnaissance, the previous escalation, persistence, C and C, stuff like that. So I guess that's the literally YouTube channel I have for now. I'm just building it up.
Okay. Yeah, like if you're really
No,
interested in
yeah, no, go ahead,
okay.
go ahead, Torhat. No, go ahead, Torhat. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, like if you're really interested in developing YouTube channel, you should have at least one video per day. Like you can if you can make some extra effort, like you can whenever you get free time, you can make couple of videos and schedule it for like 2 days or something. So yeah, people like that if you continuously post something online, like they would have more following there and subscribing. So yeah, and even YouTube just started paying for me as well. So I'm also a YouTuber. So I have my own YouTube channel and HM Cyber Academy. So you can check that out. So basic thing is like if you're interested in developing your own YouTube channel, so you should post continuously. Like it doesn't matter if it is a small post or a big post. Like they just need like even YouTube algorithm needs that consistency to grow channel really fast. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, give me a couple of minutes. I'm doing something else, guys. Dave, I don't know, no sé si te sientes cómodo en inglés. Esta gente puedes aprender mucho. I'm telling Dave, he's from Chile. He said if he feels comfortable, if he can understand in English, to join the conversation. If not, that's okay. I was telling him that day, you're more than welcome eres más que bienvenido si quieres. Give me just a couple of seconds that I'm doing something else.
Yeah, we have another speaker here, Ezekiel. Hi, what's up?
Yeah,
Oh, hi.
good.
Hi, how are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Okay, like, can you hear me? I just want to confirm if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, yeah. So, good evening, everybody. Like, yeah, I kind of joined the space late, but I heard Ola speak. Yeah, I was motivated, sure. I've known Ola for quite a while now, sure. So my story has been up and down. Though I met when I started, I met quite a lot of good people on the way. I met all over. I met quite some people. So I wouldn't say I was a bit confused when I started, sure. So, but it has still been up and down. Do you know me? Like acting is a bitter field. I mean, there are times where you just feel like giving up on the likes. Do you do you do you understand? So yeah. So
Yeah, it's difficult. We understand you. Yeah.
what you say? What did you say?
No, you said it's pretty hard in right. So yeah, we
Yeah,
understand you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, sleepless nights, having to read and all of that. Coping with school, it has not been easy. So I've not like, unlike Ola, I've not been 6 years in the field. Do you get me? I'm just like a year plus, but it has been wonderful. Yeah, that's all I have to say now. I'll be back again like in a few minutes. I need to get down to check something.
Okay.
Yeah, I also be back in 5 minutes, but David, ¿cómo estás? How are you, David? ¿Cómo estás? Voy a speaking in English, estamos hablando en inglés acá. Yo salgo por 5 minutos. How are you with English to interact here? Torha is a great guy. He's always teaching a lot of things that he knows. He teaches me a lot. No, he asked me how to learn everything, and I tell him, go and Google that. That's my answer to him. Yeah, no, Albert, I want to know that. I want to know that. How do I do? And I ended up telling him, well, just go and Google that. No, I was really mean, but yeah, with all respect. ¿Cómo estás, Dave? How are you? David?
Salam alaikum. Thank you very much. Muy agradecido. Yo voy a escuchar el espacio, voy a tratar de traducir de forma escrita de lo que están hablando para poder comprender. Muchas gracias. Voy a tratar.
Dave, una cosa, Dave. Sí, además, este espacio, this space being recorded, we are not talking about anything that can consider. Okay, you have to be careful that just don't mention something out of context. We are really, we take care of each other, nos cuidamos entre todos. Pero puedes escuchar después la grabación, you can later listen to the recording, you have to take notes now. And first of all, one thing, English. English is very important. You just say, you introduce, you say hi, and then you said, yeah, you say greetings in a very good way. Probably you have a very much, your English is much better than you think it is. And it's something that is very important for you to gain the confidence to try for yourself to speak in English in these places, because otherwise you will be missing out on opportunities. And I was telling him that it's muy importante, it's very, okay, I have the same problem Dorham. I'm not translated. When I have to speak him in Spanish and to other people in English. Okay, I was telling him not to be ashamed of speaking in English. Nobody is going to say anything. It's all respect, and I encourage in particular, yo intento usar a la gente para que hable en inglés, porque hay mucha gente que si bien estudió, lo habla, perdón, lo entiende, a la hora de hablar no tiene práctica y se siente con un poco de miedo, vergüenza. Acá nadie se va a burlar ni nadie te va a decir nada. Solamente intenta hablar y te digo, la comunicación existe y si no sabes decir algo, lo vas a poder decir de otra manera. No de la manera que pienses decirlo, pero de otra manera seguramente. Y si no, siempre va a haber alguien que te va a poder ayudar en una mano, pero no te, please don't limit yourself. If you try to express yourself in English, it really opens you a lot of doors. It's really important. That's a piece of advice that I really can. I really believe in that, and it's much more important than anything related to hacking or cybersecurity. The part of the English and interacting with other people from all over the world. If not, you are missing a lot of opportunities. Si no te ganas esa confianza de hablar en inglés, vas a perderte un montón de oportunidades de conectarte con gente maravillosa de todo el mundo. Entonces, por favor, no tengas miedo. Don't be shy. Don't worry. And everybody starts from zero. At one point, we all were like shy, and those of us that are not native speakers of English, yeah, at one point it was like, yeah, we didn't feel comfortable, we feel shy or anything before speaking, but we all go through that process. And the only way of actually getting fluent is practicing it. La única forma de ganar fluidez y confianza es practicarlo. Si no te animas a hacerlo, nunca lo vas a lograr. O sea, tienes que empujarte para hacer ese paso y vas a ser muy positivo. I have to leave 5 minutes. I'll be back. Tengo que dejar 5 minutos. Voy a volver en un ratito. By the way, Torja, I don't know if you this is about today. Yeah, David
I
from Chile. He's
I
starting in programming. Yeah, okay, so please take care of him. He's a very good guy. So please take good care of him.
okay, sure. Bye bye. Hi Dabe. Should I call you Dabe? Uh,
Hi, hi. Yes. Speak Spanish. Spanish.
no, I don't speak Spanish, but yeah, I speak English.
Yeah, if you can try to speak in English, please speak in English. I'll be back in a few minutes to help you, but give it a try. I have a question, una pregunta. ¿Cómo consideras que es tu nivel de inglés? How do you think your English level is in order? Do you read in English? ¿Lees libros en inglés
Yeah,
o documentación?
I think Dabe can speak English like little bit. I think he can.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I know. Yep, I'm sure that he can. The only thing is that he's probably feeling like his level is not good enough. But yeah, trust me, we will understand you. Give it a try. It is worth it, David. At one point you will have to do it. En un punto lo vas a tener que hacer. Acá estás en un grupo de gente buena de confianza. Here you are in a group that is really a good people that I would advise you that you give it a try. So don't be shy, just try it. If not, Torhat will interrogate you in so many ways that he will understand what you want to tell you, because I can tell you, Torhat can ask you the same question like 20 times, and at one point you will say, okay, why don't you go and Google Torhat? No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I'll be right back, but give it a try. I love you.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah. You wanted to share something, Dabe? Okay. Coded is here. Coded Kali. Hi, Coded Kali. Hi, Coded Kali. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Don't know if. Hello, sorry. Joining the space very late.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I really wanted to ask something real quick. What's your take about the security in the blockchain space?
Yeah, I mean, there are some security problems from blockchain, but overall, it's better. I mean, for anonymity, I think it's much better. Hi, I don't know what to call you. Big Caballero.
Hello, hello, Albert. Hello, Dave. Hola,
Yeah,
Steven.
so how are you?
Sorry, did you get what I said?
Hi, Dabe. You want to speak something?
Um, Hello, greeting. I speak Spanish, but listen to the speak to try to translate it and learn. I am a developer.
Okay. So, what did Kali? Did you get the answer that I said? So overall, the security is good, but still, hackers can get through the blockchain security.
Yeah.
So you want to share your story of how you got into hacking?
Sorry, are you referring to me?
Yeah, coded Kali.
Okay. Well, I've really not been so deep into ethical hacking, but I really just started of recent. Basically just I think it should be 2 years down the line. I started with work too, but it's been a lot of orders you get. And then but currently I'm trying to look into Web3 actually this security auditing and Web3 hacking. So it's been more of the basics. I really can't call myself an ethical hacker yet. So it's basically more of the basics.
Yeah, we understand that imposter syndrome that you don't know much then, like you're ready to hack or something. But the thing is like there is something that other people don't know. Yeah, so you can still keep learning and do not feel like you're you're there. uh, that's too often, we understand that, but whatever you learn, you can just share it with other people, so you can understand which level you are and which level you are. So you get some confidence on that, like by sharing.
Actually, I didn't get the last phrase of what you said. It's your network seems to be a bit cracky.
Okay, so is it clear now? Hello.
Yeah, it is now. It is now.
Okay. So I was saying like there is something that other people don't know. So if you can share it to other people, like you can come out of this imposter syndrome. Like see, you know about imposter syndrome, right? You know something, but you feel like you don't know enough, and you're not an expert or something. But there is something but other people don't know. Though you can just share whatever you know to other people, and you can feel like okay, you're at this level and they're at that level, so okay, good. So you'll feel that confidence once you keep learning and sharing with other people. So that's a good way to get out of this imposter syndrome. And uh, yeah, Dabe, you can speak now.
Um, the world of computer science is very exactly, and I like to learn, but I don't know to speak English, and that make it difficult a bit. But I use a traductor written.
No, not speaking English is not a barrier. I mean, there are millions of people in Spanish. So, basically, like, if you can find some customers or clients in any language that you can speak, and you build your own network around Spanish people, then yeah, you can go well. Like, there are millions of people, right? There are hundreds of millions of people in Spanish who speak Spanish. So it's not a barrier. Like, English is not a barrier. But the thing is, like, the like uh, there are English is the most popular language. Like, if you get a client who has an English website, or everything is in English, so there's a slightly little barrier, like how you can understand, go about it. So uh, yeah, I mean, a little bit of writing and little bit of reading is okay, and listening is okay, but yeah, speaking is a bit hard. But overall, you need to have a basic understanding of English, because it's the most popular language spoken. So you might get some clients on that. So yeah, but if you're focused only on Spanish, okay, then still it's fine, but your clients are limited. So that's what I. Okay, Alberto, what you saying?
Yeah.
You want to speak English?
No, I would say that I agree with you. Now, I just listened to the last thing that you said, that, yeah, it's very important in English. If you only speak limitedly, Spanish, sorry, it limits yourself a lot. In so many ways. I mean, interacting with people that, for example, Carl is down there, interacting with people from all over the world, getting to know people that had a lot of knowledge and are willing to share. I don't know, you're really limiting yourself big time, and you are basically I don't know, wasting a great opportunity of becoming a much better professional in the field. And I mean, speaking in Spanish really is a limitation. So, I mean, my best advice is not only in information security, in hacking, I think in every field nowadays, English is a must. And yeah, it doesn't matter if your level of English is not perfect, mine is not perfect at all, but I kind of get to be understood and understand people. And the more I practice, the more confidence I gain. And right now I'm agitated because I went to a hardware store. But no, the thing is that if you don't practice, yeah, you'll never do it. You have to cross that line between fear and okay. You have to go and speak. You will not feel comfortable. You will feel like you have to think a lot before speaking. The words will not come easy. You will try to say something and you will not find the word in your brain to say that in English, but that word you will probably be able to express that using other words that you have, because at a certain point the vocabulary that you have is very limited. But when you reach certain amount of vocabulary that is not much, but with that set of vocabulary you can express a lot of concepts that can be expressed just with one word. But yeah, you can do it. So the most important thing is to start doing that, because yeah, if you listening, writing, grammar, all that you can learn in a class and practice yourself. But practicing speaking, you only practice on speaking either if you go to a country where that language is spoken, or you can come here and you can speak 24/7 in English with anybody, and that is magical. That's how I met Torhat Carl. Carl, I met him many years ago, and he's a very wise man. He has a lot of knowledge. That he says he knows nothing, that means he knows a lot, because somebody who says he knows everything and he's an expert on something is somebody who doesn't know anything for me. But Carl is very humble and very, yeah, he's very wise. So yeah, no, that, what Toro said,
Oh,
I completely agree.
well, then I
Spanish,
tell you what, let's all learn Esperanto.
Oh, fuck you. No, 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 no. Okay, no, no. I want to, no, no, no. I cannot speak Esperanto. No, no, no. Don't do that to me. No, I refuse to do that. I'd rather speak in assembler. LDA, comma, 65, jump to address, la, la, la. Instruction fake,
Yeah, push
instruction,
pull,
no.
pop. Yeah,
Push pull,
yeah.
yeah,
There we go.
exactly.
Yeah.
Go to grab the grab the power. Yeah, oh my God! Yeah, I'd rather do that than Esperanto. No, no Esperanto, no chance. No, not in this lifetime. I'm not speaking Esperanto. It was going to be
Well,
the universal
I
language,
don't
but
think people
it's
got
really
what I was trying to say. Remember back when I said what they should
about.
do with AI is let's make a new universal auxiliary language. Oh, I go, look, let me give an
Yeah,
example.
I know, I know. Yeah,
ONE
yeah,
is
I
one,
know. But for me, yeah,
ONE is one, DONE is done, BONE is bone, right? Nothing,
yep.
there's, how can anybody learn a language that never obeys the rules? The phonetics.
Okay, yeah, yep.
Yeah, Carl, we were talking about, how much English is important in this field, or be- for all of it, like even networking, including networking. So English. So the here we have Dabe who speaks Spanish, and he asked the same question, like, how much English is important in this field. So I want your opinion on that.
Unfortunately, it is. That's because the people that started the computer engineering with IBM and the right and all that crap. IBM digital equipment.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
only
yeah,
that,
we know about, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's not
right,
about that only. I think.
and of course, if you want to be a pilot, you have to know English also. You know that, right?
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. That's it. Yeah. It's not only about the hack who started in this. It's about the world. The world nowadays, the documentation, the books, the latest information. It's all being expressed initially in English. If you want to, even though the time right now goes very fast, and you have something in English, a book or anything, and very soon you can have that translated. But there are many things that are not being found in Spanish, for example. So yeah, doesn't apply only to computer sciences. It applies to all the fields that are growing so fast nowadays.
The only field that was not was Latin was medicine, right?
Oh yeah,
And but now it's English. You don't use Latin anymore. So Kodak
yep,
wants to say something.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I
I was really
understand.
going to talk about the whole concept
And
of.
oh,
Can you hear
okay,
me?
go on, Carl.
All right. So I was really going
Yeah,
to
we
talk
can
about
hear
the whole
you.
communication within the tech space, which I feel like is just top notch. I feel currently that it's not a debate that communication is just one thing that helps to fast track projects or the solidity of a project when it comes to carrying out a task or something. So being a jack of different languages isn't so bad, but at the same time, getting to understand a common language is actually going to be very very important, which I feel like makes English stand out so much. You get, because many times you get to meet different persons in the field, and you'd be needing to communicate and bond with different kind of persons, and English is just as one language that you can um, get to use when you probably don't know your uh, should I call it a business acquaintance or something. But then I feel like English is just one thing. Normally everybody knows that within the tech space that communication is just one thing you can't do without. You get, so it's more about teamwork. So that be I just feel like it's something you just need to get used to. You get, everybody just needs communication. You get, everybody just needs to communicate. Everybody needs to understand themselves. Because I joined a particular project. It was under, I think we were doing a Web3 research then on this on the Ethereum blockchain, and I think I didn't know a thing then, and I was unable to do anything, and all I just needed to do was just to ask a few questions with from certain persons that I didn't even know from Adam. Like I literally met them in the space, and I was able to communicate with them. Why? Because probably because they understood English and I also understood English, and we were able to communicate. That was the end of it, and that was how we were able to, fast track that project or task that we had on ground. So basically, it's all about, within the tech space. It's all about communication and communication and communication.
Okay.
Agree,
I
100%.
I have a different perspective. Like, you know about the famous Russian hackers and Chinese hackers, right? So, do they, their website and their content, their documentation, everything is in their own language, and even Japanese as well, Japanese, Korean, all these people, they have everything in their own language, their own. I mean, do they have to learn English to hack other English websites? I don't think so. Um, so, what do you think about that?
I think, for example, the Bangladesh hacking using the Swift code problem that they also almost stole $1 billion, but because of a bug in the exploit, they only stole $60 million. Okay, you are going to attack systems from, for example, financial institutions. All the targets probably that are very appetitive are going to be targets where are in English, documentation in English, information in English. Somebody has to translate that into, okay, go through all that and transmit that in the language the hackers understand in order to proceed and find the attack vectors that are possible. When it comes to social engineering, that in this case they needed something because it was through a fax that all the attack started. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly the bug that they had when they exploited the attack to the bank that in the communication between the Bank of Bangladesh and the Federal Reserve of the United States, or the I don't remember which was the institution in the USA. They had certain characters that were incorrect, and that prevented that they stole $1 billion. So I think that at the end, the world is based on systems and documentations and things that are in English or in languages that are from, if you are proprietary systems that are developed by those financial institutions that are maybe in those systems. But here, when you program in systems that are important, not the systems that are for a medium or a small company, you do it in English. My ex-girlfriend Evelyn, she works for the most the company that export the most software in Uruguay and also develop for here, and she has to do it in English. The interface and everything is either both in Spanish and English. If a hacker that only speaks Chinese tries to attack that, he would need to at least Google Translator to see yeah, certain things of the system. Yeah, I don't know. It's relative. Maybe I'm not saying that you're wrong. I think that it's probably much more complicated if you don't speak English. Um, if to do it, that's my 2 cents. But maybe you're. No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Maybe I'm saying that this you have an advantage if you manage English well.
Yeah, basically, so that's what really trying to say. Like, it's really more of an advantage. It's not really like it's a necessity. You get. It's just that it gives you it gives you an edge, or probably an advantage, or probably it's open to more opportunities.
And I'm going to say something. If you're bilingual, you probably can program better than a person that's non-bilingual.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree also.
and
What is the first thing that every programmer types in the world? Hello world. It doesn't matter whether you are in Uruguay. Here in Uruguay, in Basic, I wrote hello world. I didn't say hola mundo because this is in Spanish. I say
no,
hello world.
but what I'm saying is what you what because the language, the programming language itself, right? You can move from one language to another a lot, probably a lot faster than I could.
Yeah, but the
It
programming
takes
language actually what they do. For example, in basic you do repeat until or yeah, basically the command what you're writing the syntax is based on English. I mean, from what I learned, I mean mostly those languages that I learned initially, Pascal, Basic, they were think that you were moving from pseudocode to code with with a grammatic that this was in English. All that you were typing were words in English. Repeat x until one equals b or something like that. You were expressing yourself using English when what you were writing, and if you and those who didn't have any idea of English were having a disadvantage, as we were saying, because they didn't know what repeat meant. What repeat and repetir in Spanish is very similar, but there are other words that I don't know that I don't know to jump to somewhere in the cover in certain language. Okay, jump is a word that I don't know they wouldn't understand it. If you know jump, okay, you know that you are going to go somewhere in a code or in a memory or somewhere. So the uh, yeah, those unless you're programming in assembler languages that are not that low level are basically in English being typed like in a very primitive way, but you're expressing yourself at the end in English. Start. I mean, HTML. HTML tag HTML. Then you have the tags with body and body with the closest of the HTML tags, and then you have the color, font color, equal stand, all in the tags, and everything that you write in HTML is basically in English between the tags. That is not a programming; it's a basic programming language, but
right. I
basically
understand,
one.
but what I'm saying is somebody who's bilingual can easily switch from one
Huh?
programming language to another programming language a lot easier than somebody who's just monolingual because they can you because
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, sorry, somebody who can write, can program in more than one language. I mean, my ex-girlfriend, for example, unfortunately, I mean, she's very good at in programming in the language she's programming. That is a very high-level programming language. It's in that okay. Basically, she writes in a very high level, and then the this system that was created in Uruguay convert that into any kind of I don't know C sharp, that net, whatever. Okay, if she knew how to program that another language, it would be much easier for her to learn a third language. Yeah, I mean, the more languages you learn, uh,
right
you will
and
be more likely to
that
do
was
it
actually the
easy.
idea behind APL. It didn't use any English characters. You had to,
Yeah, yeah,
you use symbols.
yep, yep. And actually, the thing is that I always tell everybody, no, learn the fundamentals of programming. Not. I mean, when I started university the first year, I didn't touch a computer to make a program. Only in that semester of the first year, sorry. But the first semester was only pseudocode, explaining the structure of a program, the different ways of, I don't know, I don't know how to say. Alexa, ¿cómo se dice bucle en inglés? Oh, okay, looping. That's a simple. Okay, looping. All the structures that are about looping, the conditionals, all those kind of things. The variables, the different type of variables, the languages that were with handling variables in different ways. All the concepts that are the basis behind a programming language. You learn there. You didn't. You couldn't program a fucking piece of code because all you know was theoretical. But then when you move to Pascal, for example, in my case. Oh, you said, oh, you define a variable that is of certain kind because yeah, in this language, the variables are have types. So yeah, you remember that, and then it's much easier. So basically, having that background, that solid floor of knowledge, it's everything. The same with operating systems. operating system I learned with a book that was written like 20 years before I took the classes. But the basics were exactly the same. The basic operating systems are the basics that operate all the systems until now. Maybe when it come to computing, some things will change, but until now, it's all the same. The architecture of system, processors, how to communicate with the processor directly. It only have changed that in those years we were using 8-bit processors that could only allocate 64 kilobytes of RAM, even though with pagination you could basically find a workaround to mapping the memory in a different way to have access to more memory, not at the same time. But then 16-bit, 32-bit, they're just the same thing, but with more resources, and but the concepts are all the same when it comes to what a processor does and how a computer operates. It's just a set of instructions that communicate at the end, and the processor is a stupid thing that my teacher of operating system said, and architecture of system. The computer is a stupid thing. All they know to do is this set of instructions. It's everything. But to reach those instructions, you have to program the hell of a code. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but at the end, it's all summarized in that, and then in zeros and ones. That is the basic way, the most basic and lowest level of communication.
Well, I can tell you, I'm jealous. I never got to learn a second language. Even my
No,
foster
Carl,
daughter.
I will punish you. I'm very sorry, but Carl, do you want me to send you to punish you with your Carl? Don't say I am too old because you are not fucking too old for anything. Nobody until you're 11, you have the desire to do it. So
Oh,
if
well,
you
I
really
mean,
want to,
my foster daughter tried to teach me Spanish. That was a
oh
joke.
well, well, no, but why was the problem? Basically, maybe some people are not good enough at teaching. I'm not good enough at teaching. I don't think I'm a good teacher. I don't think. I mean, I uh, and are you a student that is actually willing to commit to learn something, what it takes? Because okay, you want to learn a language, you want to become a hacker, okay, but are you willing to commit to that and do what it takes to do it? Because it takes time, effort, and maybe you
Yeah,
have
I
so many
know.
things to do in your life
Yeah, I know.
that you
I
cannot
get it.
do.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But if you really want to do it, I'm completely sure that age is not something that will prevent you from learning.
Yeah, sorry. About sorry. Can
Well,
I ask you a question?
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
All
yeah,
right.
of course.
Sorry. How many languages are you familiar with? When I mean languages, I mean programming languages.
Uh, that's a good question. Actually, well, I am familiar with one thing. In university, I've learned a lot of languages that actually I used them only for certain things. For example, I learned Pascal, Visual Basic, Delphi, Prolog. Um, uh, I don't remember. Haskell. Yeah, mainly those were the languages that I learned in university. After that, I learned PHP. After that, no, sorry. Before that, I learned Perl. Perl. That was the software that was before PHP to run from the server side programs, execute tiny programs. Then PHP took over. Uh, and then I learned Python to run some scripts, and yeah, mostly those languages. But I'm not an expert on any of them. Of those who I learned in university, I don't remember at all. But I know that if I had to now do something in those languages, it would probably be not as complicated as I didn't know I hadn't used it in the past. But I wouldn't be able to be in front of a computer of either and program in a language. For example, I also Java in 2000 sorry 1998 to Java, which was a pain in the ass really for me learning Java. I didn't like it at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically that I recall those were the languages.
When did you started learning English, Alberto?
I was. It was a year after I got my first computer. I was probably turning from 10 to 11 that I learned. But I spent many years learning English. But when I got some certificates, international certificate when I was 17, and then I stopped. But then when I was in my early 20s, I decided that I needed most, and I started to study because I wanted. Before it was because my mother forced me to study, not because I wanted. My mother said you have to study English, and I didn't like it, but I did it. I did it, and then I decided, okay, I want to know as much English. I want to be as good as possible at English, and I learned on my own. And then when I really, really learned the most when I spent 8 months living in Los Angeles, in California, in the USA, after graduating. There, okay, you were living in a country where the English was spoken. If you don't, okay, you can speak some Spanish in Los Angeles and you will not die. But it's something that, yeah, living in a country where that language is spoken is the best way of learning a language. Living in a place where you speak that, and that was in 2003. And that, yeah, there I gained a lot of confidence, a lot of fluency, a lot of vocabulary. Yeah, but before that, I remember I won the first time I traveled to the USA in 1997. I wanted, it was so hot, it was also in California, and I wanted a drink, and I was like, I wanted something for the person who was giving me the drink, and I didn't know the word in English, and I tried to do all kind of things with my hands, and I don't know, I would try to talk with my hands and make shapes, and I was so desperate. What I wanted was a straw. I didn't know how to say straw in English. And then I realized, fuck, all these years studying English, and I was here dying because I was being dehydrated without. I was, and all I wanted was a drink with a straw, and yeah, and at the end, yeah, I went and I grabbed a straw that he had behind and I said, yeah, this one. Oh, a straw. Yeah, fuck, a straw. I will never forget that word. I will never forget how to say it. Yeah, yeah. Those are the experiences that make you learn the most. Yeah, when you are frustrated and you want to say a word and you don't know that word, and oh god, those words you never forget them.
Wow, wow, wow. That was it.
I think
And how?
that was the time. I
Yeah, sorry,
think
go ahead.
around 2003. That was the time. I think I also started learning English.
Okay, now I feel the second oldest person here after Carl. Carl, do you have a place for me in your asylum? Because we are old.
Oh, so
No.
I am more like yeah. I feel low that Thor had told me that when I learned, I actually felt like I could speak English in a proper way. He started learning English. That made me feel really, really, really bad.
wow, it's really been a hell of a journey. So, but currently, are you still into ethical hacking? Do you still hack?
Not right now, not right now, but it's my passion, and I will resume it when it comes to time. And what I'm not stopping ever is learning. Learning is something that, yeah, I can stop doing certain things related to this, but learning, no. I am constantly learning and trying to keep updated to the latest things that are going on. I am aware that I cannot get to know everything. It's impossible, but I know to have an idea. I love, and I need to have an idea of the new things, new technologies, new languages, new things that are appearing in the world, a general knowledge. But then, okay, I will always focus, as I tell Torhat all the time, okay, you cannot try to understand and know everything perfectly. Just focus on one thing and try to be the best of you in that thing that might be small, but you can be the best. Don't try to be the best at everything. Just focus on something, and yes, of course, know about the rest, but dominate one thing and know the rest. Somebody else will be good, very good at the other thing that you don't know, but you can pretend to be the best at everything. So
Yeah.
learn constantly, never stop learning.
Yeah, it's like do what you do best and delegate the rest. And yeah, and
I
Coded Kali. Coded Kali asked about blockchain security. I think Alberto is the best person to talk about it.
sorry
Alberto, are
about
you
it. I
there?
wanted to ask you a question.
I'm not an
Decide to
expert.
look.
Ask me, yeah. I'm not
Okay.
an expert. Yeah, yeah, you can ask me. I'm not an expert on that, but if I can give you any advice, of course, you can ask me, yeah.
All right then. So I was going to ask that if you decide to look into progressively into the security of the whole system, what would you say about blockchain? Probably, overcoming the whole security space. What would be your take about the whole blockchain system when it comes to the security? Because currently there's been a lot of loopholes and a lot of people lose funds, a lot of investors lose funds, and the blockchain itself. So what basically is your intake when it comes to the security for now?
Okay, yeah, yeah, the blockchain is safe. I mean, it was designed with security by design where, well, became with the blockchain of Bitcoin where by design, the cost of an actor trying to break it, not following the rules, was more expensive than following the rules. So, if you wanted to attack the blockchain structure by design, you were losing money. If you wanted to make money, you follow the rules, and it was designed in a way that works that way. All the problems that we are seeing are not related to the blockchains in particular, are related to the endpoints, exchanges. I mean, where the blockchain ends and the human enters. Exchanges, wallets, phishing attack wallets, software wallets, and all that. Those are people that are scammers. Not the blockchain. It's where the blockchain ends, and that context, that ecosystem communicates with the real world, to call it somehow. That is where the problems appear. And then we were talking about another layer about blockchain, which involves smart contracts and all that. Well, smart contracts are nothing but a piece of software. As any piece of software, if it's supposed to do something, but it does something that is not what it's supposed to do, and for example, if it does something that intentionally or not execute something that is malicious, such as triggering a transaction to certain address that is not supposed to do, okay, that is a programming issue, not of the blockchain. So yeah, people are losing a lot of money because of things like that. So the blockchain for me is improving. It's been since 2008 that the Satoshi's paper was released, and in January I think the Genesis block was created. So it's been like 25 years that it's been around. So and uh, so far it's still there. Then okay, when it comes to the other layer that I told you of a smart contract, that is just a programmer making a piece of code. Okay, if you don't audit that by a third independent party that can say, okay, we review the code and yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. We can certify that. Okay, then you don't know what is running. You're putting money in a system that might basically drain all your assets in a second because it might execute something malicious, but you don't have an idea. People that are investing on that, they don't go and review the smart contract. They just trust that the smart contract is supposed to do what they told it's going to do. But in most of the cases, unfortunately, they don't do it, and most of the projects are unfortunately scams, and people are losing a lot of money. I don't know if I answered, but I'm really not an expert on that topic. But I can tell you at a high level how I see it in terms of blockchain secure, and then above that, human problems.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you mentioned solidity in the question. Basically, you were mostly focused on the question on smart contracts. Uh, and blockchain related to NFTs, for example, or blockchain in general as distributed systems that ensure the that the information is never being able to be modified by either proof of work, proof of stake, or proof of whatever.
well, basically what I'm really talking about is currently there's this new protocol or this new system they use within the blockchain space, whereby a blockchain developer develops a smart contract and then gives it to an auditor to probably check through and review the smart contract to check if it's gonna do whatever the developer says it's gonna do. And then they tend to do this audit probably the first time, second time, third time, and then it's costing a lot of money. Yeah, basically one thing about the blockchain currently is that it's eating a lot of funds, it's taking in a lot of funds to secure the chain, to secure the whole ecosystem. But then uh, will I say we're still not seeing the level of security that we're looking for, because many times even the auditors themselves will tell you that they really are not assuring you a full safe system, or probably they are not assuring you that this system will not be hacked later on, but then they're just trying to do it to the best of their knowledge. So what I'm saying basically is what's your stance currently? Do you think that we would get to adapt with the use of blockchain and then later get to probably implement and use and probably integrate it to our everyday life?
Okay, that's a good question. Sorry, I didn't interpret it correctly the first time. Yeah, I can tell you, a company, a blockchain company that was worth nine, or no, sorry, $2 billion in market cap, with a solution that was working worldwide for payments using a mobile, cellular devices. That company deploy a smart contract. Okay, that has to be all the guarantees of having the maximum security controls. They pay $30,000 for an auditing company to audit the smart contract. They made some findings. Some of them were recommendations. One of them was a serious issue. Yeah, but okay. Then the company goes through the report and they do the actions. Then they review the auditory company audited again the system to verify that the actions corrective were implemented the proper way, and they did it. And then they realized that the application, the smart contract was actually um, making triggering certain transactions, transferring to certain addresses, certain things that were not supposed to be transferred, that were like minimum, like was 0.00% of something of minimum transactions in order to not to be noticed. But yeah, and the system was audited. They paid $30,000 to a company which name I will not say, but Torhat, I think that you know that company. It wasn't you who audit, I'm sure, but no. Yeah, I mean, auditors fees are not bulletproof. They made, even though they cost a lot of money, they can be very serious, but they are not bulletproof. I mean, it's like a doctor that you go because you feel pain. He can make a mistake and tell you that you have certain problem and you have another. Yeah, they can make, and you can have to. I mean, you might have to pay a lot for a doctor, and you might have even been treated for certain disease by a doctor, and then you realize you didn't have that, and you spend a lot of money on something you didn't have, and the doctor made a mistake. Well, the same with auditory. They can make mistakes, and they charge a lot of money. Yeah, and I don't think the security system. I don't know if I can't really tell you how it's going to be the blockchain and all this. The question that you have in particular, it can be or it can be not. I honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have elements to give you an answer that, yeah, that can be really based on a strong strong arguments to justify what I think. I really don't know. It's just about waiting. It's a very good question to think, but I don't have an answer for that right now. I will have to think it over. Yeah, that's a very good question. So thank you.
Yeah, because right now it's probably looking difficult because of the old syntax of the blockchain, and probably the new because the blockchain ecosystem seems to be updated probably every day, or I don't know, like call it every day, because every day you get to see something new within the blockchain. Somebody discovers something, another person discovers something, and then they all come up with different new protocols every day. So I'm just looking at the fact that how would people probably learn to come to understand the syntax and the terminologies used within the blockchain space, and you expect a layman to probably understand many of these concepts and protocols. So I really don't know what it will feel like or what it will look like probably in the next 2 to 3, 5 years. But although I feel like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, well, now that you mention that, remember what I told you initially about blockchain being secure, but the problem being the endpoints. Well, actually, I think that the focus of security would be okay, despite of okay, there are criminals inside of companies, go and make sure that those endpoints that are centralized exchanges, financial institutions, okay, their systems are following. I mean, are complying with the security they're supposed to comply, and not focusing on the blockchain itself, but focus that the exchange is, for example, or the bank or whatever. Okay, the system they're running are correct. Focus on the web 2.0 version of it. That would have prevented all the things that happened in the past, all the changes being, as you said, every day we hear news about problems with security, but the news are about the try to give blockchain an image of being secure when it's not. It's the change, it's the programmer that commit a mistake, or it's the hacker that actually were good enough to get a swim swapping of a SIM card of a client and were being able to access to the account of somebody and then escalate privileges and make more damage, or insider for a company that actually disappear with the created I don't know, you can create a pyramid scam, or you can create a company that can handle those kind of things and disappear. It's the people that actually the trust, don't trust companies that are, you don't know who's behind, and those who are run by people that are known and respectable with that, okay, they are, I don't know, there are people that have no, yeah, they're very well known and respected. Okay, be careful also. You never know. It's all about people systems, and just one person who works in the company that is being offered $1,000 to plug in a pen drive in a computer inside the network of the company. That person that is paying $100 for that can basically destroy everything. So pay attention to the information security management system of the company as a whole, including human resources, education, awareness, yeah, everything that involves managing security in a company. That way you will have all the controls in order to minimize the risk of all the things that are happening. But despite of that, you can do everything right, but the enemy can still beat you, and there's nothing you can do. Just accept that. I mean, nothing is bulletproof, no matter how good and how much money you have to protect a system. Still, there's somebody that can break that system if they really want it. Nothing is impossible when it comes to hacking. I think.
I agree that there's really nothing possible when it comes to hacking. Everything is really possible. I really love your wisdom, Sir Alberto. And then the whole idea of the decentralized system, the whole concept behind the decentralization of the blockchain. I really don't know because now I really can't imagine myself, trying to invest into a platform where I don't know the source, I don't know who to hold on to, I don't know what system I'm looking at, and then I'm just supposed to trust a particular system which can probably fold up someday or something. I don't know what you think about that also.
Yeah, well, thank you for your words. No, um, yeah, well, actually, I don't know. Doctor, what do you think about that? Uh, it's something that is challenging. I would be in your position. I would be feeling the same, and I would actually spend some time thinking about how to deal with that. Is something that I don't have an answer right away to that. Torha, do you have
Well,
any
I
idea?
think what needs to be done is there needs to be a blockchain for dummies book.
well, well, that is the Satoshi Nakamoto paper that is really easy to read and it's only a few pages. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that,
that's what I mean. They
that's
need.
how
I think we need it, and then that way,
Sorry, I didn't catch that phrase.
I, no, and I think you know what I remember one thing in 2016 when I started a meetup group of blockchain and Bitcoin in Uruguay. I came to this conclusion, and we all agree on that uh, ex- understanding how blockchain and Bitcoin works is very complicated. It was very complicated at that time. People were struggling. They didn't get the idea, the concept. It was very hard for people to understand it. But it was much more harder to explain it. If you wanted to explain it, it was really complicated to explain it, and but it was also hard to understand. So it was a big problem. It was a concept that was not natural. You have to do a lot of efforts in order to
that's what
understand.
I was trying. That's what I was trying to tell Aussie earlier today. Or or last night, or earlier today. I said, if we really want to understand LLMs, Professor Feynman always said, if you want to understand something, teach it. So I said, let's get a group of people and write LLMs for dummies. Then we could explain AI to the rest of the world.
I cannot not disagree with you, Carl. Yeah, if you know something really, if you learn something and you're able to teach that in a proper way that another person can understand it, well, that is really probably the best proof that you really understood and you know what you're talking about. If you think you know something and you're trying to explain it and the person doesn't understand, well, or you either have a big problem with communications or you are not you
You
didn't
don't
understand
understand
actually
it.
much of what you're
No, you
teaching.
don't
That's right.
understand. Right.
Yep,
And I
absolutely.
think,
Right.
I mean, the
And
best
what did
way
I
to
tell you about
learn
that?
something
I
is,
don't know.
yeah, well, we can talk about that later, but you get what I'm saying.
Okay, no problem. I get it. I get it. I have an idea. I have an idea. We should, but yeah, let's talk at that later.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We,
Although we're looking at the foundational phase of the blockchain right now, so I feel like later on as we continue to progress, it will definitely begin to make sense. Just as the low level language, the machine level languages, how they all started out, and a lot of persons didn't understand them till we began to integrate them and bring them bit by bit from zeros and ones to Pascal, COBOL, and down to Solidity, and Python, C Sharp, and as simple as they can be. So I feel like as we continue to progress, same also for the blockchain, will definitely begin to get simpler. So just that the fact is that right now we're still at the foundational phase of the blockchain. So it might really not make sense to everybody or look simple to everybody. But then as we continue to progress, it will tend to make sense.
well, and and the other thing is we need to learn the mathematics behind it.
Well, that's a big thing. I mean, all that. I mean, all I have a mining ASIC device here in my house that I break it. That was a very expensive learning. Okay, when it comes to all the mathematical, all the power they need in terms of all they do, the Bitcoin mining machine is hash, calculate as many hashes as possible per second. That's the competition. Okay, uh, yeah, you need to when it comes to that, you need to know quite good mathematics and encryption
I,
for sure.
I think
But
Carl is,
with regarding what
Yeah,
yeah, so yeah, I think Carl is trying to say that mathematics is the universal language.
yeah. There was a point in
okay. I misunderstood that. Yeah, of course. But you know what? I always said in secondary school, fuck. Well, sorry for my French, excuse me. But why do I have to learn these algorithms? I mean, the log of. I mean, I can do it with a computer. I will. I bet that I will not starve in this world if I don't know how to solve this second grade equation. and so far I didn't. I'm starting for other reasons, not because not knowing how to solve those equations. But yeah, depending on what you do after that, yeah, in some cases I don't want somebody who doesn't start I understand certain things to do things related to that. I wouldn't like a pilot or a captain of a plane to have learned how to fly for dummies or with ChatGPT teach me how to fly an aeroplane, a Boeing 640. I want somebody who has the experience to do it and knows really. Yeah.
Well, that's really
But very curious. About Kali, I mean, you tell me, there in when you are, there are opportunities of, I mean, of working. I mean, for example, security in my university when I went to study computer sciences there, security was not even a class. There were no classes about security. We didn't learn anything about security in university when I in the at the end of the 90s. Okay, now everything changes, and at the same time, I think blockchain, of course, didn't exist, no clue. But nowadays, security is part of the the syllabus of a career like the one I did, and I think that the decentralization and blockchain in particular are things that students are going to learn more and more, and it's going to be more and more part of each topic, each subject of the career, because applies to everything. Applies really the scope of things that you can do with that is really really a lot. It involves a lot of things that can be done when you want to ensure something is in the integrity of something is a must. Well, blockchain is the best way of doing something where the records are impossible theoretically to alter theoretically because you never know. I never say they're completely safe because I would be lying. I don't if I say that I can say it's safe. Don't believe anything I say because I'm a liar. Everything will be potentially be exploited, and I cannot say that something is completely safe. Never.
yeah. Even myself, to a great extent, I really can't say that the blockchain is really 100% safe. But just as you said about the blockchain, yeah, really has a very vast use and can literally be used for anything or any system. Like currently, I was working on something called an escrow that would probably stand as an intermediary between two business uh, entities, probably that wants to run a transaction, and then there's this breach of trust. So in order to avoid those breach of trust, the authenticity and integrity of such a contract, all they need to do is just integrate. There's no need to trust. Uh, all the
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. No, yeah, sorry if I interrupt you, but I'm very curious. You don't have to enter into details, but yeah, I respect your privacy, but what has been your career into this field of cybersecurity? More, don't enter into details, but how has been your path? I mean, how do you reach this point? And yeah, how did you start it and how you are now and how long it was and yeah, I'm very curious to know more about the background of you.
So I didn't get what you said.
No, no, I was very curious. I mean, you surely have a big understanding about many things that not many people understand, and you have a lot of
Uh,
desire to know more. But yeah, that is something amazing. But I would like to know how you reached this point where there are many people in IT that have no clue about blockchain. They have no idea. Many people in security that have no clue about blockchain, they never actually got a cryptocurrency. They don't know how to buy a cryptocurrency. Well, nowadays you can get it online with a credit card, but in 6 years ago, when they if they had to get a Bitcoin, they would have an idea of how to get it, or I don't know. It's a field where you are very curious. You're asking very interesting questions. So I'm very curious about you because you are somebody who is not the average that I normally see.
Well, the thing is, I've actually been doing a lot of research within the blockchain because yeah, I'm a bit skeptical about it. I guess so. It looks too good to be true. That's the thing. Because imagine having just one system to be able to do a lot of things. Like for instance, now there's a saying or there's this conviction that the blockchain is trying to paint out to everybody, which is the fact that okay, it's a very secured system, and then it helps with the concept of decentralization, and then it helps in the area of encryptions. You get, and so basically, I've been trying to explore all this aspect of it, and then the whole idea about the X scroll of a thing is just a minor project that I have on hand, but then I'm definitely beginning to look into the Web3 uh, system because I feel like, or I just have this knowing that would definitely get to transit to that level because the whole internet began from the web 0.1, and then we're currently on web 0.2, and then we're looking at web 3.0 right now. Sorry, web 1.0, web 2.0, and then we're currently looking at web 3.0, which is the whole integrating the blockchain into literally everything. Literally, the web chain, the blockchain now becomes the internet. You get, whatever you do in the next 10, 6, 5 years is saved as a ledger on your blockchain. The blockchain is really very nice. It's a system that I feel like everybody would really want to look into right now, and it's actually uh, I would like, there's a lot of opportunities in the blockchain because there's a lot of money to be spent. There's a lot of money to be earned also. And right now, a lot of investors have us to figure out more use of how to with the blockchain. So I'm really all about trying to explore and to understand the whole concept of the blockchain.
Wow, that makes sense. Many things there. Okay, now I understand. Okay, Basically, yeah, I agree with you. Basically, everything is pointing that in a future. I don't know if near or midterm, everything will be based on system that will work on the concept of blockchain. I mean, medical records, everything that has to be stored would be using a model of blockchain, right? So the internet will become like a blockchain. That is what I'm saying. If that it is, wow, yeah, that is something that is not crazy to think. Yeah, that is something that yeah, it can perfectly happen, and that will basically be, if I'm not wrong, the point where Web3 and decentralization will actually become a reality when we will get rid of those endpoints Web 2.0 that are the pain in the other problem that are causing so many damage when the people are going to be in control of the system, the services that yeah are not going to be run there. If that's what I understood correctly, yeah, I think that what your guess about the future and blockchain is something that is pretty reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing you just said right now concerning you owning your own property, and I feel like that's where the skepticism is really starting from. That's really where the skepticism is starting from because now I think Elon Musk came up online some time ago, and then he said he was going to start implementing or integrating the blockchain on X, and then people were expectant. Right now, if you check of blockchain integration going on, right, and it's really nice. It's really very very nice. But then there are more other things that we're expecting. For instance, in the aspect when it comes to integrating the blockchain and the full internet, where you get to own your own property, it means Elon Musk or probably Mark Zuckerberg no longer has access to your account or cannot be able to probably um, dysfunction your account because he wants to. You get, and if you want to get something from somebody's account, you need to get that person's permission before you can be able to get such a thing. So it's literally more like a decentralized form of the internet. You own whatever you put up on the internet. Nobody owns anything for you. And there's literally no this centralized form of ownership anywhere anymore. You get, so that's really where the skepticism is from. Would the government seem to, like the idea? Because many times now, would now be looking at how they tend to generate their revenues, their tax, and then the companies like X now, how do they generate their income? Because right now we understand that every form of data that we put into X is converted into I really don't know the whole maths behind it, but I know every data that we put up on the internet is converted into currency that the so-called Elon Musk and likes tend to generate as income. But what I'm saying right now is that when it becomes decentralized, when blockchain is being integrated, how do they or how would they start getting their own income? Because right now they don't have, or they are really not in charge anymore. So that's really where the skepticism really is.
I cannot disagree with you. That you brought up a very interesting topic that actually I didn't put too much thinking about it. Uh, for me, yeah, and it's a great point of view that you have. It's very solid, yeah. Uh, I cannot tell you something, but because what you're telling is something that yeah, it's reasonable for me, makes sense, and yeah, I think that it's pretty likely that it is. Well, I don't know the way it is, and in the future, what you're saying, yeah, I agree with you. What can I say? Yeah, maybe we are both wrong. Yeah, but makes sense for me. Yeah. I think that your point of view regarding that the technology and blockchain and the future is what you're saying. Yeah, it makes completely sense for me.
Well, I don't know. Well, but then it's really like the progression. It's the projection that we're really giving ourselves, and that we're really looking at to probably in the next 10 to 15 years. This is something we're really expecting the internet to really look like, or the world to probably look like. So we really don't know what to expect, but then we have a glimpse of the kind of things to expect. So basically, I'm just trying to understand as much as I can understand. So by then, one thing the elders will always tell us is knowledge is uh knowledge is money. Yeah, so I really want to be knowledgeable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bingo. Yeah. So what do I feel like doing? Even though I don't drive with Thor because Thor to uh, wants to grab my brain and insert my brain in his brain and no, just kidding. No, we have to share that knowledge. Yeah, I mean, um, and create awareness of the problems and the issues that come with all this technology because you are a person who knows about IT, who knows about computer systems, technology, but at the end, the 8 billion people in the world are going to be are going to be affected by these technologies that in their life, whether they're real directly end users of that or not, there are going to be systems that are going to affect their life because of that technology that's not going to stop and is going to be running. So we have to create awareness about that, like with cryptocurrencies, the mistake and NFT, the mistake many people that made was when onboarding people in those fields, they just told the beautiful things of it, but they forgot many of them the onboarding process and security, uh, and that ruined everything. You had a lot of artists that learn about NFTs and shop into the space to try to make some money with the art, but they were not told about basics about economy, finances, basics about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and basics about security. With those four elements, people were really exposed and were like wearing a T-shirt saying, "I am new here, scam me, rob me. I know nothing. I'm a victim. Yeah, go, come on and rob me." That was a big problem we have because if you have a problem with your financial, your bank, your credit card is compromised, most of the banks right now and before all of the banks assume the cost of that because they were responsible for the protection of the money of the people. Right now, it's the people who is in charge of the protection of that because they have the wallet, they have the asset. It's not the bank. So if they get compromised, if somebody sends them a phishing attack with a link that drains the MetaMask extension in Chrome, they cannot go to a bank. They can go to the police, but the police will laugh. They are the responsible. So being responsible of storing the profit of their work, the money, basically, nobody told them that. Okay, you can be victim of this. So be careful. Do this and this and this to mitigate the risk.
Or have your wallet on a laptop that goes dead, wallet, or you have at least another, because I have one Bitcoin on a dead laptop.
Yeah, oh, I know. Yeah, I know you told us that car. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody Jason. Jason, I think he found one beacon that he had in a broken hard disk that had like 7, 8 years, and I think he got recovered. One. Yeah,
Yeah. So who are you going to go to?
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
Uh,
That's it. No,
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Bitcoin police,
yeah. Like right now, itself, that's really one big problem that we have right now. That okay, whenever acts like this comes up, who do you really run to? Because it's called a decentralized system. It means there's really no one in charge. So, just like you said, Alberto, it means there has to be a lot of awareness going on right now before the whole system is being implemented or it's been integrated. There has to be a lot of awareness on the basics and the foundations of the blockchain, cryptography, cryptocurrency, and the whole idea behind it. Because the example you're giving right now, it's really a problem within the space because you don't know who you want to hold on to. You don't know, you really don't have anybody to hold on to because it's decentralized. There's really nobody to hold on to. So it's really like your loss.
yep, that's right. And not only are lost, how many wallets are out there that have been lost because of people that forgot the private key or many other reasons. The computer
Yeah.
broke down, and
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
and
no
that's
federal
I mean the
deposit.
amount of
The federal FDIC, federal deposit insurance on your Bitcoin.
doesn't cover that. Yeah, of course that. Yeah, I mean when it comes to money, here in Uruguay, I don't know in Uruguay, but in Paraguay, okay, banks up to $200,000, they suffer. The company, the bank disappears or have a problem. Okay, the government of Paraguay by the central bank and the laws, they cover up to $200,000.
Yep.
Here,
That's yeah.
they will laugh at you. Oh, I lost this amount of income. Oh, and they will say, and what's your point? What do you want us to do? They will, yeah, they
Well,
will do
that was
anything.
what I was trying to say when this NFT thing started, right? Oh, this is going to be a great way to. I'm going. What NFTs will be good for and digital art will be proof of copyright, and that's what it's going to be good for, not to make money with.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only, there have, yeah, yeah, you're right, Carl. I mean, Yeah, there's certain points that yeah, I might discuss, but in general, yeah, I cannot disagree with
Well,
you.
to an extent, you're very right. It's just that if you look beyond that, you'd find out that okay, there are really other things. Like for instance, it's probably called a piece of art, which is probably a proof. It's more like you can really use it as a proof, or probably a proof of payment, or a proof of authentication. Like, but now look at a system whereby probably you graduated probably 9, 20 years ago, and then you traveled to a foreign country, like probably you're from US and then you're traveling to Canada, and you literally want to get your certificate of or probably your transcript. And rather than going back to your school to get the transcript, you all you need to do is probably check up your wallet and then check up your NFT, and your NFT contains every information about you, including your transcript. All you just need to do is print it out and then submit it. You get. So there are many other things that the NFT can really be used for, and there are really other ways you can really use to generate money from the NFT. You get. In fact, look at many times it's not really about the acts. Many times it's really about some persons even misplacing their passwords, and then your account is now locked. Nobody owns the money anymore. So it means your account went locked.
That's Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So nobody owns the money anymore, and then it's all gone. It's all frozen. It's all gone. Although it's right there, waiting for you to
yeah,
probably get the account, to get the password sometime.
yeah, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, there was a research about. I mean, that they have a universe of addresses of associated to wallets, and they were there. I read many research about that, and based on when was the last time that wallet has any kind of transaction movement, or either yeah, they something they did either transfer or get found, and there were wallets that were created once probably got something in there. I don't know, 1 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoins, I don't know how much, and there were nobody made any movement after that. So what happened? Yeah, I mean, well, there's a wallet of supposedly Satoshi Nakamoto, who is having I don't know how much money, but a lot of money that no has not been moved for ages. I think I'm not sure, but despite of that, the percentage of bitcoins that are in wallets that are unrecoverable are a huge percentage of the total amount that of the 21 or millions bitcoins in circulation that are going to be. So that really affects the market price of. I mean, basically the supply is not that 20 something millions of bitcoins. It's probably, I don't know, 15 million. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's much less than what the system was designed for. You cannot count of those bitcoins that are disappeared. Hello, how are you, my friend Bori?
I'm very good. Thank you for asking. How about everyone? I hope everyone is good. I do have a question. I know I came in late into this discussion, but I heard a code killer was talking about um, uh, this topic that made me ask this question. Um, is there any reports or any way to find out how many crypto coins are inaccessible or haven't been accessed in, let's say, months or years?
Yes,
Where can we
yes,
find those
yes,
reports?
yes. It's all on the blockchain. Yeah, it's all on the blockchain. Yeah, there are many researches on that. For example, you want to know, okay, give me a list of all the wallets that haven't had any movement since 2016, and you get a list of all the wallets that have something in there, have certain amount of cryptos in there, but they haven't moved anything in 10 years, for example, in case of Bitcoin, if we took an example. All those Bitcoin wallets that haven't had any kind of transaction incoming or outcoming in 10 years. Yeah, because it's stored in the blockchain. There, yeah, I will try to search some of those researches because it's really amazing. We're talking about a lot of a big amount of wallets that range from a very small amount of crypto of bitcoins to a wallet that has probably values of millions and millions of dollars right now. Uh, in my case, I don't want to you read the book and you cry for me, but yeah, I had certain amount of bitcoins that have disappeared because of something in particular. I don't have them in in my hands, and those I don't know that those are not those those bitcoins are not part of the global supply of bitcoins in the market have gone are gone. But yes, to answer your question directly, yes, there is a way. There is a way because the transactions are all stored in the blockchain, the date, from where they came, the amount. So all you have to do is know how to gather that information. I don't think it's just a simple SQL query, but yeah, there are a lot of people that have been researching that because it gives you a big idea of how the market and the works, and yeah, and how all the dynamics of the interaction between wallet people and systems are working, and you realize that the system is very robust, but the people are stupid, basically, including myself. That's my conclusion.
So the thing is that basically there's a system called the ledger. You get it's a ledger, and it tends to keep transactions and informations about transactions on the blockchain. So for every transaction that you run on the blockchain, it's been saved on the ledger, and every transaction is a building block on the blockchain. So for every transaction that you make on the blockchain, it is saved as a ledger on the blockchain. So it means that every information you wish to get, every information you want to get is on the blockchain. It's now left for you to probably make your research and then figure out whatever you want to figure out. But now there's a new technology that is currently being used within the tech space or within the blockchain ecosystem, whereby in case you probably lose funds, or you probably forgot your password or something, you can literally tell somebody to probably check out your transaction table. There's a whole concept behind it. So many times there's a lot of improvement really going on. But just to answer your question, yes, there's a way to actually get any information you need concerning unmoved funds within the blockchain.
But if you forget your password or you lose your key and you don't have access to that wallet anymore, those coins are still part of the what's it called, the
It's
total.
all yeah, I mean what you mean. Unless they're being burned, they are sent to the burned address. They are still there. I mean, they're Bitcoin that okay. It's like somebody who has that in under the mattress and doesn't move it. Conceptually, they exist, but in the practice, they will not affect I think the market price of it because they will not be part of any order of buying or selling at any point. They are like uh, I don't know. They're just there. Oh, the only case is burn if you. I was asking Thor about Thor was asking about the burn address of bitcoins. Okay, if you send to a burn address about any kind of token or crypto, that's it. It's out of the price. Doesn't exist anymore because conceptually it disappeared. It's not part of the system anymore. As long as it is in a wallet, even though you might have imagine you forgot the 12 recovery words of the wallet or the private key. Right, and then okay, it's over. And then a year after that, you then, oh, I remember now. I have this moment of illumination, and I remember that the words were apple, tomato, banana, and you recover that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unless you're burning the coins, yeah, there's a chance that you might guess the words, or with quantum computer eventually they can find an approach to that. I have no idea, but right now, yeah, they're there, but they don't they aren't there. Burning them is the only way of not considering into circulation. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I'm not. I was just reading about Jack Dorsey's NFTs because, okay, Jack Dorsey was the first person that sent a tweet as an NFT, and a couple of years ago, I minted an NFT, and in the same market that Jack Dorsey did it, and now I was reading the news that that marketplace closed because of fraudulent transaction, people minting tweets that weren't belonging to them, so they had to close. And fuck, I lost my NFT that I was having for sale in that marketplace. Fuck, this is such a scam. Everybody's losing everything, including myself. I lost my NFT minted, my tweet minted as NFT like Charles Dorsey.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, yeah. For every, even in case you probably lose your password or something, your funds are still very much safe within the blockchain. So even if it's in the next 5 years that you get your password back, you can always recover your funds.
Or for example, imagine that you have that recovery keyshit that okay, either when 12 or 24 words, you can have the recovery of it, and you say, okay, I lost it. And then out of the blue, after 5 years, you are ordering your house and you find the paper with that, and you say, Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
I've
think.
literally been there. I've been there before. It was crazy, getting to lose your password and then probably in the next 5 years. No, actually, it was. I think it was like a year plus for me, and then I was just doing something, and then I figured it out, and I was like, wow, 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 wow! I just got my password back. But then it's really.
Also, never forget. I never don't estimate the exchanges. BTC in 2017 converted into WebEx in New Zealand. Okay, crypto exchanges that disappear, that closed the operations with people having millions and millions of dollars there. Okay, in the case of BTC, the guy that was behind that, at the end, a couple of months ago or a month ago, he was arrested. He was extradited to the USA long ago, and a couple of months ago, he was actually sentenced to 30 years. I don't know, a very big sentence because of having been used as an exchange of a way of laundering money for from ransomware and another criminal activities. But those exchanges, people have to know if you are sending your money to the exchange, once you send the money there, you don't own the cryptos anymore. The cryptos are controlled and possessed by the exchange. There's nothing you can do with the exchange disappears your crypto. So only use the exchange when you are going to make a transaction. Don't use it as a wallet for permanent storing your crypto assets, because that's a huge risk and you don't know what can happen in a second.
So
Yeah,
is
that's
Coinbase consider an exchange or a wallet?
But as it's based in the USA, no, I don't use Coinbase. No, it isn't it both. I mean, I really don't know, but blockchain is a blockchain. Well, blockchain is a wallet. I mean, blockchain.com that offers the wallet blockchain, or is it something on the cloud? Because when I log into my blockchain account on the cellular, it spends some seconds synchronizing. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I always used to have one of the wallets is the blockchain one that has been evolving through the years, but you can access to that with any browser with the cellular. You are not having to store the private key directly in your device. I think I'm not sure, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know Binance about Binance in particular. All I know is that it's based in the. If it is based in the USA, I I would consider an alternative. I don't know that, but I really cannot answer your question. I will actually ask Alexa: is Binance a wallet or an exchange? Yes, spiders is a form of the word spider. Fuck! Alexa, no spider! Binance! Alexa! It's Alexa, stop! Okay, I'm sorry. Can you believe? I asked if Binance was an exchange or a wallet and she answered me about the spiders. Oh my god, this is terrible. I will ask Copilot. Alexa, you disappoint me. Okay, is oh my god,
What,
is
what were you gonna?
Binance
What were you gonna?
Binance?
I was
Why
referring
spider? Oh
to
my god.
Coinbase. Coinbase.
Coinbase. Oh fuck. Why do I have that problem? Okay, actually, let's see what a co-pilot tell me about Binance.
Boris, sorry, I really didn't.
Okay, Coinbase is
Can
okay.
you rephrase your question a bit?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, regarding Coinbase that I made the mistake, Binance is either it's both a exchange and a wallet of cryptocurrencies. Yep, Binance is both. Um, when it comes to Coinbase, wow, the answer is so fucking long. Oh, shut up, stop.
Sorry,
This is too long. Okay,
Boris.
okay, this is the answer. Oh no, this is the answer about that. Oh fuck, oh fuck,
Um,
I'll be back in 20.
Boris, sorry. Can I
okay,
ask a
okay.
question? I really didn't get your question.
Okay, good. Take care. Yeah, hold on. Let me try to read this thing because this is too long.
Um, can you?
Coinbase es tanto un exchange como una billetera para criptomonedas.
It's the same.
Permíteme explicarte más detalladamente. Coinbase Exchange. Coinbase, el exchange, es un lugar donde
Yeah,
puedes comprar,
it's always
vender y comerciar
a
con
wallet and
criptomonedas.
it's considered a
Es
wallet
una
and exchange.
plataforma centralizada que facilita las
Centralized
transacciones de
again.
criptomonedas.
Centralized.
Si estás interesado en comprar,
No, no,
vender o
no estoy
intercambiar
interesado. Cállate, cállate. No, it's a wallet and an exchange. Yeah. I think that concept, yeah, of become, I mean, when all these big companies started first as crypto, then offering wallets, then entered into the NFT market, then the centralized finances, and all that, they are growing the business model. I think it's adapting to the evolution of this technology, and they're going to be the new, probably, I don't know, maybe I'm telling something that is stupid and ridiculous, but they're going to be one day the Bank of America of cryptos, and the Bank of America will be one fraction of the value of these companies. I don't know. Maybe it's something ridiculous what I'm saying.
Sorry. I really wanted to get that question, Boris. I really didn't get your question.
Oh,
Uh,
I was asking if Coinbase was either a wallet or an exchange, and Alberto mentioned that it's both.
okay, if it was a wallet or probably an exchange, right?
Yes, because I used it
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
past.
yeah.
I used it like maybe 10 years ago or more. And like it got my attention when you said that when you lost your password or your key or something like that, it's possible to recover it. So now I'm getting back into it and see if I can recover my password.
Yeah, actually, you can really recover your password. Um, and then to just to answer the question, the Coinbase is actually it has a feature of a wallet, and then gives you this function of also being an exchange. You get it has both features in it. So it has a wallet feature and also has an exchange function within the application.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? that is very if you wanted to use for profiting, that is a very smart way of actually making transactions when you are the company that designed the wallet and the company that's going to get the orders to execute orders of buy sale or whatever with those in terms of timing. I mean, I don't think these companies are innocent and they profit with every second, every fraction of crypto that is possible to profit from delaying a transaction a second or more or less. uh, it's dangerous. I don't like that. Remind me of forex companies. For me, most of them are scammers that actually do not execute transactions in real time. They steal the money from people, delaying that and not letting them do the transaction they want. In this case, Binance the wallet. You have them in your wallet. Why Binance actually? You are using Binance, by the way, Bori? I have a question. If you do.
I'm
If you do, okay, if you do you have to synchronize with Binance your wallet? Not to transfer, but for example, you want to send cryptos from the wallet to me. Uh, do you need to have a connect or synchronize with Binance to get to for a transaction, or you just do it, put in my public wallet address in a QR code or something, and that's it. Does it require a connection with the system of Binance of Coinbase? Sorry.
Well,
Uh,
actually, it depends. It also depends on the platform that you're using. Just like Binance now, there are certain platforms that really don't allow you to do what's it called? I think it's a cross chain. Yeah, there are certain platforms that don't
oh
allow
yeah,
you cross chain
yeah.
transactions.
That's right. For security reasons, you cannot do that. That's correct. That's another issue. The cross chain transactions. I mean, now we're talking. You just blockchain with certain blockchain. You have crypto in certain blockchain, and you want to reach another address that is not there. You how do you do that? Okay, you have to somehow connect those that make that crypto have a route from your blockchain to the other, which has complexity to the solution. But it's been done, and okay, it can be done securely in a secure way. But yeah, I'm very curious about now the Binance owning the wallet as well as the exchange, because it's pretty. I mean, with the wallet, of course. I mean, what's the use actually of having the Binance platform when you can have in your wallet actually get from Binance the bid and the ask price of anything, and can't you operate directly decentralized? I don't know, decentralized. No, yeah, that makes sense. Because otherwise, you don't need Binance as a platform. All you need is a wallet with the ability to gather the market price, the market prices of the cryptos, and when bid or ask for if you want to sell or buy. And yeah, but that is the beauty. If it was centralized, you wouldn't need that centralized structure to execute those operations. Yeah,
Yeah,
now you make me think a lot, guys.
yeah. Currently there's been a lot of monitoring. There's a lot of monitoring the system right now. So just like you said, Binance is not fully decentralized. It's a centralized platform actually. The likes of Coinbase and the rest are all still a centralized form of transaction, but then it has some decentralized functions within them. Like for instance, your wallet is your wallet. It really doesn't belong. Like now, currently, I think Binance allows for cross-chain transactions. I would verify that, and then many of those platforms allows for blockchain cross-chain transactions. But I'm not so sure for Coinbase right now. But I know many of them allows for cross-chain transactions, and currently there's a lot of monitoring right now because of the skepticisms around the blockchain system, and to an extent a great level of insecurity because there's a lot of improvements and integration going on within the space. So that is why basically it's probably still being decentralized right now. It's still being centralized rather right now.
Binance is like it's more decentralized than other exchanges, I would say. It's kind of centralized, but more decentralized. The power is given to the people. But if you take another centralized exchanges like Coinbase or any other exchanges, they actually track all the users where they spend their money and all. So if a Coinbase user goes to a shop and he tries to send crypto to buy something from the shop, so his wallet will be freezed and the alert will be sent to the buyer Coinbase account. But for Binance, there's no such thing like that. Only when the user raises any request, Binance will look into it. Or else, no, no, there's nothing like Binance alert system or something like that.
Okay, so you're really saying that okay, that means currently Binance allows for cross chain, why Coinbase really doesn't allow for cross chain right now, right? Is that what you're saying, Dohat?
No, I didn't say cross chain. I mean, uh, I haven't tried cross chain there, but there might be there. Uh, there is also a DeFi section where you connect your external wallet there. But what I'm saying about is the centralized exchange, the crypto that you hold. So when you try to exchange with some other out external thing, like let's say you have a Bitcoin and you want to buy something with the Bitcoin with the shop, and you can do that with Binance, but you cannot do that with other exchanges.
Yeah, yeah,
So they just freeze your account.
that's true, that's true. Yeah, that's true. There's still a lot of improvements on that. And right now it seems like Binance is still the one topping that system right now. Um, but then I feel like there's still a lot of should I call it benefits that comes with Coinbase because it
Yeah.
allows you to when it comes to
They, they, they don't care about uh, some things like money laundering or something. But uh, other exchanges they do care. Uh, but Binance they don't care about what user does with his money. So
yeah,
in that way it is decentralized. But anyhow, for any transaction that happens in Binance, they usually take a fee, right? So that's common in all exchanges, but it has more freedom in Binance than other exchanges.
yeah, really, that's true. But then the whole idea behind the fee, it's really a gas fee. So and I feel like it's just really normal because even while trying to develop a smart contract, the more complex the system, the more high the gas fee is you get. So it means that for you writing a code that tells you that okay, there's gonna be a payment function, it means there's gonna be a gas fee for it. Why? Because it's an external function. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but then the whole idea of the fee, the whole concept behind the fee there is really just because it's a function that has to deal with an external system. It's a call that has to do that will be done outside that system. So that's the whole concept behind the fee. Just like for instance, also when you would want to swap your coins, and then they charge you a certain amount or a certain fee. It's just because it's all encrypted, it's all written down as the code. It's part of the contract that was written into the code before it was probably deployed or something. But then the blockchain.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, it's basically it's like a middleman. Like if you want to to trade something, buy something, or store something. Like we can use our exchanges, but we take some fees. So it's common. Being a middleman in every kind of market, middleman always earn some money.
Yeah, really, that's true. Yeah, but then, sorry, though art, are you a pen tester or an ethical hacker? You don't,
Yeah. What does it mean? There's no difference. Pen tester is an ethical hacker.
you could probably be an hacker, probably a gray hacker or probably a white hacker, just doing your thing at your own leisure, or probably being a pen tester that is probably working for a company or something.
And no, I'm currently not working for any company. I'm just trying to build my own business as an academy.
Oh, oh, that's nice. That's nice. So, and how far have you gone? When did you start or something? Can you tell me how far?
Pardon, I didn't get you.
Like, can you tell me a bit about the progress so far, like when you started or something?
Oh, we just started recently, and we have couple of courses online, and we will start live one-to-one sessions uh, from actually from 12 hours from now. So we have already a recorded sessions, and we are going also live session. So we have both. So we're focusing on web application pen testing as of the moment.
Wow, that's really nice. That's really nice. And are they paid?
Pardon?
Currently, are they paid? Are they the whole concept is it paid?
No, I didn't get you what you're saying. Like, is it big or?
Like, are they paid? Paid? Like, is the courses, are they paid? Do you need to pay for them to get them? Do you need to pay for the classes? To attend the classes?
Oh, to attend the classes? I mean, yeah, it is kind of a paid class. So, what you try to say?
Yeah, yeah. All right, then
So,
it's
as of now, we don't have the international payment gateway set up in our website. So that would take some time. But as of now, like, if international students want to join, like, they can use PayPal.
okay. So currently, it's just within. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, within the country. Within the country, yeah. Within the country, there is a seamless like payment gateway. So like if the external country, like any other country wants to join, like they can join using PayPal as of the moment. But soon, once it is done, like international payment gateway is set up, they can use their own payment method to join. So yeah.
All right, then that's real good, real good. It's really nice. I really enjoy myself right now,
Yeah,
and I really learned a lot.
honestly, like it's a pain in the ass to not set up an international payment gateway right now, because we are getting so many requests from other countries than in our own country. But yeah, we need to hurry and set it up so that other people will join.
That's very true. That's really very true. I'll probably enter your DM, to probably ask you a few other questions.
Okay, sure, no problem.
All right, thank you very much. Alberto, I don't know.
Basically, I'm trying to mint another tweet because, yeah, I'm like in 2020, I minted in Vicent.com, in Cent.com, a tweet. It was on no, May 16, 2021, I minted. No, I didn't mint. I listed a tweet as an NFT in Set.co. That was the site that Chuck Dorsey sold the first tweet as an NFT. And then I was reading that that exchange was that marketplace was closed, and I was trying to mint another tweet, but I cannot seem to be. I mean, apparently they don't accept tweet as digital asset anymore for listing for sale. Only it's like a regular marketplace that allows videos, images, and another kind of digital asset, but not no tweets anymore. That was very creative. How that guy could just with a tweet make so much money selling a fucking tweet as an NFT. That is so insane. And that I couldn't help, but I posted a tweet also there in that exchange, and I was looking for that, and now I found it in center that co. But yeah, you cannot. I cannot seem to find how to list first mint and then list a tweet as an NFT, even though I can see the one that I posted in 2021. Sorry, I was distracted. What was your question? Because I was fascinated by it.
I never knew you were really trying to go through all that.
No, yeah, the thing is that I was really Chuck Dorsey, okay, made that movement, and I don't know, his tweet was like, "Fuck the world." He was something ridiculous. It wasn't a beautiful message for humanity that he meant a stupid message, like Elon Musk would say, "Oh, they should put cocaine again in the formula Coca Cola," something stupid like that. Probably that that was not very nice message to give to the young people of the world for future generations. Despite of having so much power, he could have used that power of his voice to spread more educative messages to people instead of saying stupidities. But okay, he can do it. He has the money, and that's where it works. Uh, no, well, this was my question because I was really pissed off at Chuck Dorsey for that. Yeah, no, I really pissed off at Elon Musk because that tweet about putting cocaine in the original formula of Coca-Cola again, that was probably the most shocking message I ever heard from somebody who is so powerful that people consider him as a role model, somebody who is considered the Albert Einstein of this. Come on, how come use that power to spread messages that are inspiring, that are valuable for the humanity? Don't use that power to spread shit with words that you think are cool saying that. I'm sorry, I was a moment of anger towards that guy, and this is my crush any time if you hear that, but I don't give no, from time to time I get pissed off because, yeah, I feel so stupid that people are so powerful sometimes, and they could use that power for so many beautiful and amazing productive things, but no, the messages they send are so fucking ridiculous and stupid and negative and might actually be followed by the young people that consider him a hero and they might think, oh, cocaine is okay. Yeah, if Elon Musk say they put that drug in the bomb, yeah, fuck, no, that's not the message. How can you say that? Come on, if you think that it's okay, nobody, everybody, but don't say it. I mean, that is you have too much power. There's freedom of speech, but you are saying something that is very, very not nice, and people that admire you can take it literally. And yeah, it's wow, I can't believe people that are, I mean, I wish somebody with so many billions of dollars could use the power of rich to do something positive for humanity. I'm sorry, I had to do catharsis. It was my session of with the psychologist here. Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Because even my,
Yeah,
I feel like there are certain things that
yeah, I know.
really
But the point is that
do.
I cannot mean tweets anymore, and I'm pissed off because of that. I want to sell tweets.
Yeah, even myself, I just don't feel like okay, there are certain things that people need to do just because they feel like they have the money or and they are not really so careful because I don't know, it's the elders that also do say that So whom much is given, much is expected from such a person. So many times he should just understand that okay, there's a lot of persons looking up to him. Somebody told me sometime, was it last year, that even if you have a follower on Twitter, it means there's one person that's always looking up to you. If you have 500, it means there are 500 persons that are looking up to you. If you have 1 million, it means there are 1 million persons looking up to you. So you just gotta be careful. The more people that are looking up to you, the more uh, uh, slim your chances of making mistakes. You get. So it's just crazy. And Elon Musk is really somebody I really respect so much. So like really so much. So I can really get and relate actually.
Yeah, I respect your opinion. Really, I mean, I have to admit that he has merit for the things he achieved in life. I just don't share certain things, certain behaviors of somebody because, as I said, being admired by so many people, yeah, yeah, using that power for I don't know. I don't know, my perception, and it's something personal, is that he became like a spoiled brat that can do anything because he has money and he's cool because of saying things that are, from my point of view, some of them are very silly, stupid, but just from my point of view, I also say silly things and stupid things. So I'm not saying that I'm better than him or anything. No, I'm just another person. But the difference is that okay, many billions in dollars of difference, but that not makes a difference as a person. We are all both human beings. It's about that. Yeah, I don't know. He I mean, if we measure success as okay, how successful he was in his business, I don't know, PayPal, Tesla, and Twitter. I really am not aware how successful or profitable it was and what was his role in that. But the thing is that he's probably he's the most the person in the world that has the most money. I think, if I'm not wrong. Well, that when it comes to make money, I have to say that I cannot deny that he's really good. When it comes to acting, walking his talk, okay, he says when he bought this platform, the first thing he said is, "I will get rid of all the bots." There are 30 bots that have the handle "Hey Daniel, heal my handle." I reported it probably 20 times to Twitter. Please get rid of these bots that are impersonating me. They're still there. Once, a year and a half ago, one of those bots started tweeting messages about, oh, this is an opportunity to multiply your investment in a few days. Just click. It was a scam about cryptocurrencies, and it was using my profile display name in the user that was tweeting that. Okay, okay. I said, holy, I informed Twitter, I contact Twitter so many times for them to, okay, they are bots. They're obviously bots. They have no followers. 10 people are following. They have no content, no tweets. They're trying to pretend to people to think that might be related to me. But I have already had so many trouble with justice for a stupid thing that after seeing that I said, oh no, now all that is needed is that the police will come after me again because of the stupidity. Okay, and what's the message of we will get rid of all the bots? Once he said we are getting rid of 1 million bots a day. Okay, they were saying that they have Twitter 200 million users. 1 million bots a day would be like in 100 days they will get rid of half of the users of Twitter. So that made no sense. And all the bots that I report, none of them were removed. So I don't know. And yeah, certain things with the company for me made no sense. But still, look at me. I am here. I am paying for Twitter Blue. So and I'm not complaining. So that means that he's doing a great job. Because if I was so pissed off and didn't like, why am I here? Why am I complaining? If I don't like the house that if I go to your house and I say, oh, this house is terrible. Oh, I don't like the color of the walls. Oh, I don't like the television there. Or I don't like. And why I have? Why do I go to? I live. I have no right. It's your house. Yeah, and I'm in his house. We are in his house. So also me complaining about that is a little bit hypocritical, I think. So yeah, I have to admit that he has his merit for despite of the thing that I disagree, still I am a person that he profit from. So yeah, what can I say? I have to admit that.
Uh, Hello guys, I have to go. I have some other things to do. I'll be back after some time.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Torhat.
Yeah,
Do you
I'll
have
come
something to
back
do? What do you say? Yeah.
if I get some free time. Bye bye.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Good luck. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Bye. Yeah, and you guys changing the topic a little bit. And you guys have been using Blue Sky, and the the the, the competence between both of Twitter and that. Yeah, I have been. I used that last year. Carl also. It was a very bad user experience for me. Now they made some changes. They look. It's like initially it was like a clone of Twitter. It was like Twitter, but in a version 1.0. Now they're improving a lot of things, but still, I don't have that feeling of contacting with people and interacting with people like here. It's like an isolated platform where you post something and you have no idea who read it or anything. It's I don't know. I don't feel comfortable in Blue Sky, and yeah, Twitter is I think is going to be here for a long time.
Sorry, I didn't get what you said, Alberto. I really didn't get what you said right now.
Oh well, yeah. No, I have to tell you that it's really nice. I mean, I really love the question that you asked, and they made me think a lot. And yeah, so that is wonderful when you ask somebody a question and they don't have the answer. That is beautiful for the person that doesn't know the answer because it motivates the person to think a little bit and research in order to know them. Because curiosity is an addiction for me. So if you ask me something and I don't know, when I say, "Wow, this is something that I can learn now," so I really appreciate that that you ask so many questions. And again, I am not an expert on the topic that you talk about. Actually, I perceive that your knowledge about them is extremely high, and you really know a lot about that. So my respect, and maybe I don't know, maybe some. I send you a link to the community of cybersecurity, right? Maybe you can come here anytime, and yeah, maybe I can ask you for your opinion regarding certain things. You know pretty well a lot about this, and that is something that is really appreciated.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Yeah, I'd really love to enter your DM and probably get to learn a lot from you because you really have a lot of experience in your field. So I really want to learn a lot from you.
So, thank you very much. It's really good. Thank you very much for saying that. It's really gratifying. And yeah, I mean, if I can share something that I know with you or anybody, I would gladly do it. So thank you for the words. And that is much more valuable than any material thing here. Yeah, thank you very much. Really, it's a lot to me. And also, you, I mean, you live in a country where probably you don't have access to the possibilities or the resources or things that other people in other countries more privileged have. I mean, me neither, but probably I don't know, but and still that show well, you show that not having access to certain things doesn't prevent a person from gaining knowledge and to get to know things like everybody else and use that knowledge for good purposes, for working, for learning, for cultivating that curiosity and getting that will to know more and more about technology to eventually do things that are going to be useful for other people. So that's beautiful. That's a proof that doesn't matter where you live, that if you really want to, you can do it. And we are, you and me, and the countries that, yeah, we don't have certain privileges and things that other people take for granted and are completely things that they don't question. for you, for me, are things that sometimes we don't have access to, or we have to struggle a lot to get. But in spite of that, knowledge is something that they cannot steal from us if we can find somebody to ask the question that we need to know, and that person answers some questions. That knowledge gain is something that, yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, it's priceless, really. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I really, really, really do appreciate. Like even right now, that's the reason why many times I try not to miss spaces like this because I get to relate with people that are outside my vicinity or probably outside my community. Based on the part of the country where I'm from. I really, just like you said, don't really have access to a lot of materials or things that would really help me advance. I just get hands on the ones I can get, and then try to make sure I stay updated and you know get myself into spaces like this to learn a lot from people and mix with a lot of persons with different kinds of mindset and different knowledge. You understand? So I really do appreciate.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, about a year ago or so, I have a friend that come to the spaces with hang around with a group of people like Carmi and other people that he's from the same country that you are. And there was a person from the USA that actually it was the only time that I saw that he made a comment that completely out of context, referring to your country, generalizing. Okay, all the people from BIP are scammers. Oh my God, that was something completely irritating for me. Uh, that generalization of, I mean, yeah, probably I don't know, but I think that you are being treated by some people not because of what you are as a person, what you know, what you do in your life, but you are probably labeled because of the country you are in. Many people are stupid enough to think that, oh, he's from BIP, so he's a scammer because of all the people from there are scammers, which is a stupid way of reasoning, of thinking. Uh, so, yeah, you also have to probably struggle with that when it comes to interacting with people. Here, some people might be not so open because they are stupid and they might don't want to interact with people from your country because of those stupidities, those generalizations, where there are criminals everywhere in the world. Uh, and yeah, so it's something that also I infer that did you have any problems in the spaces because of being from the country you are from?
Yeah, like it's what you're saying is really very, very true. Coming from this country, you want to do things with people, and then they're like, "Are you from this country?" And they're like, "No, no, no, they don't want to do it." Okay, there's this period in my life where I wanted to start learning cybersecurity from the scratch. And then I met up with somebody. I think the person was from England then, and we started talking. And after some time, he just asked me, "Okay," I told him that, "Okay, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm currently learning computer science, and that a few insights into certain things." And he was like, he wasn't gonna help me just because I'm from Nigeria, and just like that. And I was like, "Wow, seriously, just because I'm from Nigeria?" Oh, wow. And that was just how we cut ties. And he said he never kept in touch again anymore. And then time to time, things like that have happened a lot. So I just get to keep myself up with the internet and join spaces like this to learn a lot. And I try everything possible to always make sure I get to understand everything I see on the internet, at least even if not very deep, but then have this basic idea about so many things. And yeah, I also have this intention of really traveling abroad and you know coming out of my country to explore and learn a lot, so I would be able to really fit in to many things.
Yeah, well, uh, I love this music band that is called the Pet Mode, and there's a song that says, "I'm always willing to learn if you have something to teach." Yeah, that I always remember that. So when it comes to learning and teaching, yeah, I mean, don't miss any opportunity to learn something new. You never know what life would take you, where life will take you, and maybe that thing that you didn't learn at that moment because you said why, it will save your life, or you will say, why did I learn that thing that I was supposed to learn? I'm always very willing to learn when you have something to teach.
Yeah, yeah, been there, yeah.
Oh, miracle just happened.
A miracle of love. What happened,
I
Carl?
was able to follow him.
Oh, that's well. There. Oh, but didn't you solve that problem before? Because okay, Carl has a problem. He's following 20,000 more, around 20,000 people, and he's been followed about around 20,000 people. He is unable. He was for a long time, very long time, unable to follow new people because he was getting a restriction. I never heard of that restriction. The only restriction I knew about was the 5,000 users that unless you get more followers than 5,000, you cannot follow more than 5,000 people. That's the only restriction that I knew in Twitter in terms of following people. But Carl got a restriction of 20,000 people. Makes no sense. And now he was able to overcome that. How was that, Carl?
I just went through and unfollowed a bunch of people. That's all I could do. So now I can't follow some of the the tweets that I want to I'm sorry, the posts I want to see from like missing children and stuff like that.
Yeah, miracle happens. Fuck, I hope a miracle happen and they delete my impersonating account.
Probably, have you really tried? Probably, filtering your feeds.
Well, I know that I repost a lot of those missing children and the racial stuff, so race unity stuff. So I'm sure I'm shadow banned for that
Oh, I see.
because I repost all those missing children. Because my theory is if it saves one child's life, it's worth it. And I just don't
I
post.
agree with you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I
If
don't just post the
one,
U.S.
if one person,
Yeah, I haven't found the South American site that's posts missing children. I've been looking for it.
oh, okay. Well, actually, here in Uruguay, I never. Okay, the cases of missing children are. I mean, when I used to watch the mainstream media, when I used to watch the TV, when I used to watch the news, Uh, there were really rare cases of missing children. It's something that people do not talk about, or it's but I don't think that it's something that is not happening. That they don't show that on the media doesn't mean it's not happening for sure.
No, yeah, because
But
well,
yeah.
the problem is all the human trafficking going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, here when it comes, I mean, I don't know if the human trafficking is translation in Spanish to trata de blancas, which means basically, the when, for example, do you consider human trafficking in Europe? For example, women are being tricked and sent to Europe for prostitution. They're tricked to, oh, you will work there. They arrive, they get a passport, and they force them to to work as a prostitute. That is also human trafficking, and because that is a problem here. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case of human
Oh
trafficking,
yeah,
but
that's
well,
human trafficking, all right. I mean, that's why I even
okay,
post
okay,
post.
then we have a problem.
Yep,
Women, yeah,
that's
women here, yeah, a
yeah.
lot.
Because I even repost the ones from South Africa and not Nigeria. Where's the other? I can't remember. They have a account in here. Let's see. I can tell you.
Here, I never saw any campaign, anybody talking about. Okay, if you are a witness of this, you can report this to this number or contact this. I have never seen anything like that in Uruguay regarding missing children or human trafficking at all.
Yeah,
I just saw some cases on the news about this woman was able to escape from a nightmare or a hell she lived in Italy because she was taken into Milan to work as a prostitute. They took her passport. She was treated in the worst conditions, and she was able to escape. That's the only news that from time to time we get to hear, but not more than that.
yeah. The other big account here is from Kenya. They post stuff at least once a week of children disappearing and adults.
Yeah, well, adults and children, that is something that, yeah, that is something that I really, really do not recall having heard. That doesn't appear on the news. But again, I have no doubt that that happened. That doesn't appear on the news
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't mean nothing.
yeah. Well, yeah, because this is something that's pretty bad. And we knew a child that from Minnesota. Well, two children from Minnesota. One was Ruth Ann's niece, and the other was a family friend of hers. He was taken by gunpoint off his bicycle in rural Minnesota, found dead 3 years later.
Well,
Not to bring the
well.
not to bring the space down, but
No, no, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. No worry, Carl. I mean, it's part of it's. I mean, there are topics that you are really um, supporting, like the missing children, tweeting all day, working a lot in order to, as you said, if what you do helps only one child, the effort is worth it. So yeah, that's really valuable.
and what I do is actually I copy the if it has a link on it, I copy it and put it in Blue Sky.
Oh man. This what I'm really okay in Blue Sky. I logged in 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, now they have DMs, they have of private messages or
Yeah, they
whatever.
have DMs
Yeah, but
now.
still, I don't
They're
feel this. I don't feel happy.
well, the problem with spaces is this is VoIP and skinny technology, right? And and getting the bandwidth, I'm sure, is the biggest problem. And how many accounts in here?
Well,
Look,
well, the numbers the numbers depends upon the source of information. They vary between 200 million to 600 million. Yeah, it's a little bit. The margin of error is like 400. I mean, it's crazy. Some sources of Twitter have when he bought the company, this guy,
right.
it was told that he bought 200 million users. But when I read 600 million, so I have no idea.
Yeah, so you can imagine.
All I know is that it's much less than Meta. Okay, if we take Facebook, I mean Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, Twitter is nothing. It's like Uruguay. It's the smallest country in the wo- in the
Yeah.
it's the minor players among social networks. It's the most the smallest player in this industry.
And now that we can call each other. I mean, can you imagine? I was just here
Oh,
because I've set up Asterisk boxes,
oh my.
and I know what that's
Oh
like.
my God! Can you imagine people phoning you at 3 a.m. when we are still up? But thank God, phoning you and you say, "Who is this person?" And then you realize who that person is, and people like those guys that um, come to spaces and they say, "I am this. My father passed away last year. You remember that I am from this country, and my mother is sick. I have 3 brothers." Uh, you remember those kind of things that will happen on a regular basis here? Well, one of the people actually phoned me at 3 a.m. in the morning. Uh, oh my God! Then I went to privacy, and I don't think I accept any more phone call from here. And by default, when you have that feature installed by default, it accepts calls from anybody. It's crazy. Anybody can call you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But this is yeah. I mean, setting it up and making it work isn't the hard part. It's protecting it, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know. I was reading about the platform which sold an NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet, $2.9 million. Okay, imagine what was the content of the tweet. This is amazing. It doesn't say here. Well, hello probably was hello world or something like that. The first tweet. Uh, uh, yeah, $2.5 million for selling one tweet. Transferring the proof of ownership of one tweet from one person to another. Uh, they said in the press release, realize that a lot of it is just money chasing money. You are on Mint, India's number one destination. You are on Mint, India's number one. Okay. I this is from 2022. Uh, that is incredible.
Sorry,
That is incredible. I mean, being able to make that one, yeah.
is that
Please go
NFT?
ahead. Sorry.
Is that an NFT?
And yeah, actually, well, I don't. I mean, actually, what did he send? He sent actually because the tweet. Imagine if I put for sale any tweet that I create, that tweet is associated to my account, and that tweet is part of a system that ensures the integrity of the tables of the database, blah blah blah, in order to have that tweet linked to the person who created that was me. If an external service you are selling that tweet as to another person with approval of ownership as an NFT, they will not alter the tables in Twitter so that tweet is linking to the other person. It still belongs to you. You know, isn't it like really, really strange? But still, they did it, and then they stopped operating because here it says. The platform which sold the first NFT halt most transactions because people were selling tokens of content that did not belong to them. Yeah, I can go and sell a tweet of Elon Musk. Uh, yeah, how can? Yeah, it's founder calling fundamental problem. Yeah, they didn't realize that I can sell that a tweet of you or Carl or Bori or the Dave or whoever, but in the table of the database of the system, it will be linked to my account. The system Twitter has nothing to do with the marketplace selling this.
Feels like
So,
you're doing public.
I have a question for you. Well, I mean, it's really like, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. here, there where you are in Nigeria, right?
You said, sorry, I didn't get what you said.
No, that if I am not wrong, it is either 4 or 5 a.m. in Nigeria right now, right? If I'm not wrong. What time is it there? I don't, maybe he can hear me. Okay. I will meet myself and come back in a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, about to.
Y- Yes, can you hear me? Because I was going to go leave and come up again. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
No?
sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
get what you said.
okay.
Seems like you're working on research or something.
Yes, sorry, but can you repeat that?
Seems like you're working on a research. You seem like you're trying to do research or something.
Oh, no, yes, I was researching, no, in particular, I was researching about the NFT, the tweet that was sold as an NFT by the prior CEO of Twitter, that he sold it for almost $3 million a tweet, his first tweet. I was researching about that because the marketplace that sold it stopped halted operations after they detected fraudulent operations. People trying to sell tweets that they didn't belong to them, and thinking a couple of minutes made sense for me why they did that. And I also have a tweet for sale there. That yeah, I won't be able to sell it.
Oh, I've read about it too, but really I've done a lot of research about it yet. I'll try to look it
Yeah,
up.
I know. Maybe. Yeah, actually, I mean, when I saw that, first thing I did was I minted I listed my an NFT belonging to me, but then I entered into NFT wars after that because at that moment I didn't know almost I knew nothing about NFT almost. Then I started learning. I started using OpenSea. I started using I don't know Tezos and Object marketplace and well. But I never saw in any place that selling you can sell a tweet and then from a technical point of view makes no sense. So yeah, it was ridiculous. And so I was researching about that in particular, how you could do something that is completely technically stupid and ridiculous, and it makes $3 million almost. So you just woke up, code, or you haven't gone to bed yet?
Yeah, you said? Sorry. Right now, are you still in US?
No, no, I was asking you if you woke up or you haven't gone to bed yet.
Okay, no, I've not gone to bed yet, and this is literally 8 a.m. in the morning in Nigeria.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Well, are you in India?
No, no, I am in Uruguay, in South America, in Uruguay.
Wow. So I guess you guys
Yeah,
are like as backwards.
yeah. Well, no, I am from Uruguay. David is from Chile. Carl is from the USA.
Wow. Like I'm way past bedtime right now.
Okay, no problem. It was a pleasure talking to you, and you feel keep coming. Uh,
I'll definitely try to stay up and I'll definitely try to stay in touch. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the knowledge shared. I really appreciate. Thank you.
No, no problem. No, thank you for being here and being so nice. I appreciate that. Talk to you another day. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.
This is the advantage of all
Interesting.
this. We would never have met.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely no. And you always say that, Carl. If it wasn't because of this, there was zero odds in this. 1 in 8 million, 7 million odds of meet getting to know that we exist.
Yep. We probably know each other better than our next door neighbor.
Well, for sure, I don't go out of my house for months. No, yeah, yeah,
that,
that is, yeah.
that's the scary thought, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have no doubt that until recently, I spoke to you guys much more than with anybody in real life. More time. I mean, imagine those spaces where I was for days.
That's one thing I don't think people realize. We are This is uniting the world, realizing how stupid war is between each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Because
that's right.
you don't see the big guys out there fighting each other. They send their little peons to kill each other.
Yeah, that's right.
But I have a feeling the children of this
That's
generation are
the
going to change all that because
well.
they're growing up
Hope.
finding friends together, right? And when they
Yep,
become our age,
we will be dead.
we'll
No,
be
they will
dead.
be alive.
But yeah, another reason we need a universal language so it would so everybody can communicate.
Yep. Hi, how are you? I don't cannot be told your name. David, ¿qué cuentas, David? No has hablado en inglés, me has desilusionado. David se queda dormido en medio de los espacios. David stays, yeah, he falls asleep in the middle of the spaces.
Hey, Alberto. I just had a question for you.
Yeah, hey, how are you? Yeah, sure. If I can answer that, yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. I just was wondering, what do you think of the uh, this whole world being written in binary code and it possibly being a giant quantum computer?
Wow, that's a question I never had. No, that's the first time somebody asked me a question like that. Uh, oh wow, hold on, give me a minute to check about that one. This won't be written binary code. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, if it was that the case, would we be aware of that? Would we be having the ability to realize of that being happening? So the answer would be yeah, that would be. I wouldn't be able to realize maybe, probably. How can I actually uh, know that that is happening if it won't happen? How can I actually get to know that this work was programmed with zeros and ones? Yeah, that I cannot see it cannot doesn't mean that it's not happening or it's not something that can be a fact. Yeah. What do you think about it?
I honestly, I really think it is. Um, just because I'm sure you found me in one of the spaces or whatever, and hopefully you were able to hear a little bit of my story. But the reason I believe this is basically, I was dropped as a kid. It caused me to grow all messed up. My spine was twisted, collapsed ankles, collapsed arches, lopsided hips. Um, and I've spent the past 3 years getting all that corrected. My glutes, my butt, was completely atrophied. I didn't just not have a butt; it was like non-existent. Uh, and the more I straighten myself out by chiropractors, dry needling, physical therapy, my ankles are uncollapsing, my arches are uncollapsing, my butt is coming in. Uh, Without me, like really doing physical exercise, my butt is just growing, and which is odd. Uh, but the way as my ankles uncollapse, the way I feel the ground is different. The way I move is different. The way I breathe is different. The way I feel energy is different. The way I speak is different. The way I feel airflow over my tongue is different. The way I connect to the ground, connect to other people. The way I use my words is different. The way I hear is different. Um, I feel blood flow way better than I've ever felt in my life. Um, I feel energy, vibration differently. I feel sound differently. Uh, and one of the most amazing things is, uh, like I said, the way I feel airflow over my tongue is different. My teeth are shifting. My nose is straightening out. My teeth are straightening out without the use of braces. And again, my nose is straightening out without the use of, a nose job. Uh, if we go back to Tesla, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. I literally feel energy, frequency, and vibration completely different than what I've felt my entire life. And really think it has to do with the straightening out of the spine because literally my hips are correcting, my spine is correcting, my shoulders are correcting. Um, I feel the connection to this earth differently than what I've ever known in my life. And I just I I think we're connected a lot more than what people uh, realize. Uh, and I think they're purposely, whoever that may be. I don't want to sound conspiracy theorist, but I think they're purposely trying to disconnect us because if I feel like a completely different person from when I started, and it all has to do with the straightening out of my spine, and and just the whole thing with the phones. Uh, the fact that for one, it's an Apple, and the whole even Apple thing is kind of different or whatever, um, but just the fact that they have us, they want us to be sedentary. They want us to be, bent over. I'm a home health aide, so I go into people's houses, older people usually, and take care of them. One of my clients now, um, his diagnosis is muscular dystrophy. His spine is bent to no end. And I 100% guarantee that if we were to straighten him out, he would gain the use of his legs back. It's not it's not MS. It's not muscular dystrophy. It's the fact that he's bent over. That's it. It's and doctors really, I think, are just pill pushers for big pharma. They want to mask the symptoms and not actually treat whatever's going on. Um, I mean, even old people back in the day, they weren't as bent over as they are now. Uh, I just I there's they have us bent and broken for a reason. They have us on shit food for a reason. America, I mean, you have an accent, so it doesn't, hopefully you're not from here. But America is the only one that has, everybody on the most horrible food. There are so many, like, bullshit chemicals that are in our food, and I don't know if it's specifically for a reason, but there are so many chemicals allowed in our food that are not allowed anywhere else in the world. But I just, yeah, they're doing this on purpose, and I want to know why. Uh, and yeah, so and I honestly believe I don't know how this leads to this, but I honestly believe it's a giant quantum computer. I think all is in the mind. Um, just the whole Matrix thing when he was seeing ones and zeros. I really think ones and zeros. There's also, I saw something the other day. One is the penis. Zero is the vagina. It's literally creation. Um, it's I think that's what it is. I really think this is a giant quantum computer. I think all is in the mind, and your vibration, what you think, and what you put out is what you see. Um, and yeah, yeah, and I think, hi wandering. I think we all need to just stretch, be kinder to each other, and eat better. Be damned at what they say. Um, And and the other thing, just wondering, since you came in, this just popped in my head. I've been having random things pop in there. Um, but ever since I started straightening out my spine, I've also had tons of visions. And I've been able to do this ever since I was a kid. But uh, when I was probably about 10 years old, I called it seeing beyond the black. And when I close my eyes, I see full color. I don't see black like most people. Like it doesn't, like that's I think that's why it's so hard for me to sleep sometimes. Because literally when I close my eyes, I see full color. It's not dark. It's or if there's a TV on me with that little light a little bit, it's full color. I go to different places, and I've been able to do that ever since I was 10 years old. Um, and I remember talking to my eighth grade guidance counselor about it, and she looked at me like I was fucking stupid. So I just stopped telling people about it. Ever since I started straightening out my spine, they have. It's I don't want to say worse, but it's been happening a lot more frequently. And I don't want to say like when I close my eyes, I don't. always see full color. Like sometimes I have to concentrate really hard. Sometimes it just happens. I've astral projected before multiple times. Uh, and the only thing is I can't control what I see or where I go. It just happens. Also, my dreams have been absolutely insane. And I don't know about you guys, but when I dream, I'm starting to be well more aware of when I dream, and when I do dream, um, when I touch something, it's solid. I could feel it as if it's real life, if that makes sense. Um, and I'm able to ask people questions. I'm able to you know, like navigate more whatever the dream space is. Uh, the only thing is, I used to fly all the time in my dreams when I was a kid, and I haven't been doing that with whatever's going on now, which is odd. But yeah, it's literally just since the straightening out of my spine, I've had the most insane weird shit happen. It's absolutely unreal. And the more my spine straightens out, my body just feels fucking incredible. It literally feels better than I felt when I was a teenager. And I'm 40 some years old. Uh, and yeah, it all has to do with the spine. Everything has to do with the spine, and it makes me wonder why they're having us, sit in offices all day, why they're having us, on our phones as much as possible, and stuck on here as much as possible, it makes me think that they want us bent for some reason, and also on top of this, uh, mental illness. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder when I was younger, like 15 years old. I am in therapy because I did have like four people OD. Like it was a fucking mess. My dog died. My client died. Like it was terrible. So that was why I was in therapy. She said, actually like 2 weeks ago, she was like, I don't think that was the right diagnosis. And I really don't think it was either because borderline personality disorder people don't get diagnosed that young usually. Um, and so I do have to say, with the straightening out of my body, uh, every single bit of any mental like it was bad. It was like rage fits, it was punching holes in the wall, it was screaming. I never like physically assaulted anybody, but the more my body straightens out, the more it just disappears. No meds, no nothing, literally nothing, just disappears. Like I feel normal. I really think all mental illness comes from the inability to move properly. And the thing is, if you just walk around, especially in America, if you walk around and look at people, their ankles are fucked. Their spines are fucked. They're all bent over, which is going to cause, obviously some issues. And oh, it says the host is having connection issues. There we go. Are we back? Okay. So yeah, I really think all the psychiatric meds that people are on, all the pills that people are on, from doctors, it literally, if we could just move properly and eat right, there'd be no need for them whatsoever. But yeah, that's my little story. And anybody has any thoughts, any questions? Oh, and also, again, the more my nose straightens out, my like I said, my entire breath has changed. The way I feel airflow over my tongue is different. My whole sinus cavity is completely opened up. My ears have opened up. I hear better. And the most interesting thing is, hello, Empire. The most interesting thing is, and we're not there yet, obviously, but the most interesting, the most wonderful thing is, the more my nose straightens out, and my ears open up, uh, the easier it is for me to sing. My pitch, my singing pitch, is auto correcting. It is fully and like auto correcting. No voice lessons, no nothing. It is auto correcting. The way I feel airflow like over my tongue is different. My upper palate, like up in between my teeth, is spreading out. The same with the lower palate.